already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
The primary election is August 2nd, 2022. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters need to show ID. For a list of accepted IDs, visit arizona.vote. Still have your ballot by mail? You can return it at any voting location or a secure election drop box. Learn more about voting locations at arizona.vote or call 1-877-THE-VOTE. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Actual Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. Once again, Keon was doing the show earlier. How you like doing the show, Keon? How you like being a host? How's that feel?
Well, it's fun. It's a good feeling. Also, it's a lot of talking between that and then I got to come here and I've got to keep the energy level up again.
Are you complaining?
You think a 2 hour shows you're saying it wore you out?
No,
2 hours.
I'm not saying the 2 hours didn't wear me out.
It's that when I'm done with the blender.
Izzy's attitude wore you out.
No.
That was bad attitude. You're complaining about Izzy. Izzy's the nicest guy on the damn planet.
I know. I don't know how you'd say such things about Izzy, that he's like a whole lot of trouble.
You're tired of doing 2 hours, and now you're mad at Izzy. I don't know.
He's like, I had to carry Izzy on my back for 2 whole damn hours. With that attitude he has.
Izzy was incredibly helpful. I got no problems with Izzy. I'm saying.
Oh, sure, that's what you say now.
The 2 hours, earlier, though. The 2 hours plus the blender. I am tired after.
Well, you just tired of the blender, is what you're saying.
No,
you
doesn't
want to do this
anymore.
That's
you haven't even been here for a year. Now you're tired of the blender?
I am not tired of the blender.
Wow.
I don't know why your anniversary anyway.
We're the easiest guys to work with, too.
When is your year anniversary? What day was it?
The 28th or something.
What I'm asking you is, how long have you worked here, not counting today?
The end of this month will be a year.
So what we're trying to get at here is Izzy probably doesn't harass him the way we do. No. And he maybe enjoyed today. Maybe it was a nice break for him. Maybe he felt whole again. He felt unmessed up. You know,
untethered by 2 guys holding him back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I'm being held
free
back.
To fly like the eagle that he is.
I don't know about that. I don't think I'm being held back. Just doing the show.
Well, what is it then? What is it that makes you feel like you're more free to be on the other show?
Well, I never said
you're more tired here with us. I don't understand.
I never said that I was more free on the other show. Just that the combination of doing the 2 shows makes me more tired at the end of both.
So what he's saying is he feels like he's overworked.
Yep.
No, well, no.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's just a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I'm filling in, and
It's only 5 hours, kid. I don't know what you're going to do if it's ever 8. I don't know what you're going to. Both Randy and I have both done marathon shifts on radio.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a flu outbreak one time in 1992. I did morning drive. I came back. I did afternoon and the evening shift all in one day. Yeah, and then came back and did mornings the next morning.
And then when I came back the next day, I told him, I was just kidding. I just needed a day off.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, was he mad. Oh, boy.
Just a little bit.
So are you doing any more of them shows this week, or are you done there?
Nope, I got one more.
Oh, you got to do it again tomorrow. Well, I guess there goes tomorrow's show.
What do you mean there goes tomorrow's show?
I'm just taking the gleam right off our show and using all your best stuff, before you get on the air with us.
Keon and I usually have a pre-show conversation, and I says, all right, here's what I've got for the show. And I said, what do you got? And he's like, nothing.
That's literally
and
not
I was like,
true.
what do you mean?
Because he uses all his A stuff on the show prior to.
No, it's used all the good stuff because when he was there with Izzy.
That's simply not true.
I think he and Izzy are staging a coup. They want to take over the radio
We are
station.
not staging.
We will not stand in the way.
No.
No.
No. Just give me 5 minutes in a box. I'll be the hell out of the way.
Neither Randy and I are going to play the part of Zelensky. If you and Izzy want to be Russia, we're just going to be like, have fun.
Welcome.
Good for you.
Yeah, no one's staging a coup, so it's all good. I've seen your job. I don't want it.
Oh, damn it.
You're not going to trick me into taking that.
It's not a big
working
deal.
16-hour days in Palm Springs.
Not,
you can keep it.
It's not a big deal. Yes, Boomer Sooner, you are correct. I don't know if you heard today, but the great actor James Caan passed away at the age of 82.
Ooh.
And of course, you remember him from Brian's song, the only movie out there that a man is probably allowed to shed a tear on. I don't mean ugly cry like I don't mean like that. But I mean like you got a little something streamed down. You're like, I'm all right. Then that movie, it's permittable. But outside of that, I can't think. Yes, let's get Boomer Sooner a cold beer, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, James Caan, the best movie he ever did, ever. Okay. And everything else just pales in comparison. The best thing that James Caan ever did was Rollerball.
The dad from Elf. When he played the dad from Elf, that was pretty good.
That was in his later years. When he did Rollerball back in the 70s, oh my God.
What about The Godfather?
Who cares about that trash? When he did Rollerball back in this, oh my God. Yeah, that was. You need to watch it, Jeffrey.
Have you ever seen the Rollerball? I thought I'd seen parts of it. But I don't know if I've seen all of it.
He was the Rollerball veteran. Oh my God, it was. Oh,
was it like Slapshot but on roller skates?
No. This is a futuristic, man. Futuristic. One guy. They check. It's like the death race. They wore spikes on their elbows and they caught this steel ball that was shot out of a thing. One guy crashed right in front of it, and the ball shot out of it and killed that guy, man. You see what I mean?
Where can I watch it?
Rollerball.
Yeah, where can I see
James Caan?
Where's that streaming for free? I need to see this.
I don't know where you can stream, but that's the best one ever.
I don't know if that's going to end up still being the number one James Caan movie. What about remember in Nick Cage and it was chasing him around Vegas because his wife was going to get knocked up by him or something. I don't remember the name of the movie. But the Vegas thing where he was in, and he was awesome. He was in Bottle Rocket, the first movie with Wes Anderson that Wes Anderson directed with Owen Wilson and his brother Luke Wilson. That was like the first little independent film that made everybody's careers. But he, out of the kindness of his heart, was in that movie. And he was amazing in that too. Yeah.
Man, rollerball. Let me look that up real quick. Rollerball with James Caan.
And yes, Donnie, Randy did just call Godfather trash. He actually did say that out loud.
Oh, listen, James Caan's part in that was nothing. I didn't say the movie was trash. I said James Caan's part in that. The very best thing that James Caan ever did was Rollerball.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure that there'll be debates that will rage on for years to come.
1975. Oh, my God. There it is. 1975. James Caan. Oh, my God. There it is.
So here's to give you an idea. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to guess the following because it is the 70s and because it is James Caan. I'm going to guess He is tanned to a point of a sunburn, and he's sweaty to a point where you'd feel uncomfortable looking at him.
John Houseman was in it. Moses Gunn was in it. Oh, yeah. Maude Adams was in it. Oh, my God.
How much in gambling debt was John Houseman that he needed to be in that movie? Good Lord.
Rollerball, 1975. Check it out if you get a chance.
I definitely will. Send me an email to remind me. This is what I tell everybody, and maybe this is a mistake to say live on the radio, but my email is basically my to-do list. If it's on my email, I'll remember to do it. If it's not on my email, I probably won't, because that's where all my work stacks up. And I even tell my wife, she's like, I need you to do something. Email me. She's like, I'm talking to you right now with my mouth. I'm like, yeah, trust me. If you email me, it's more likely to get done. And that was a mistake because, oh boy, that's where the honeydew list lives now too. But I put her to spam.
Well, now that secret's out of the bag,
she probably just gave that away.
She's not listening right now. She's like, oh, I need you to move some stuff from the garage to the other. Spam. I've reported her. Good Cat says, hello. Hello, Good Cat.
Hello, Good Cat.
Howdy.
Joe the show says, I'm heading to watch Thor, Love and Thunder Thighs.
I just Bert, go find a copy of the Rollerball there at one of the VHS stores. Take that home. Throw that in the old machine. It weighed tons better than Thor.
Joe's on the way. Let him do his thing. He says Thor, the guy who plays him, kicks a lot of ass in movies, and ass kicking is sports related, so that counts on the Daily Blender, right? No. I mean, depends on the context, Joe. Going and watching Thor, no, I wouldn't say that's a sports movie, but I'm all for it. I mean, should be okay. The word on the street is it's okay. It's not as good as some of the other ones, but it's okay. That's all I know, and I don't want to spoil anything. 888-368-1580. I'm on the verge, by the way. I'm on the verge of issuing a man card violation to Raphael Nadal.
Really?
He has a 7mm tear in his tummy muscle, and he just quit on Wimbledon. Geos, you can have it. You go on to the finals. I'm out. Can't do it. And he went out there and practiced for about 45 minutes, and he didn't even look like he was sweaty. You know what I'm saying? And after we watched all of our, historic, legendary NFL guys play with broken legs, broken arms, broken hearts. Oh, yeah. If Raphael Nadal can't just step up and play with a little tummy tear, at least give it a shot. Just give it a try. Because what happens after Wimbledon's over? You gotta go get some rest, man. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, what harm does a 7mm tummy hurt do? In my toolkit, the 7mm ratchet, it's really small.
7mm? Did you say?
Yes.
I still got on the old Google here. I still have Rollerball up. I'm still reading. Oh my God, what a great movie. Anyway, 7mm tear.
Yeah, 7mm. Here's to give you most of the time. If you're using millimeters, you're going to use your 10mm socket. If you're doing American, which you should be, then it should like a half inch.
3/4 of an inch tear.
7mm, not 3/4.
Yeah, 0.275591 inches.
Maybe that's radius and not diameter when you're using a socket.
7mm length. Okay, is equated to inches
still,
is 0.275591.
It's like that.
3/4 of an inch.
Puny, still tiny.
I'm sorry, under a half an inch.
You get, listen, Shaquille O'Neal was on a TV there. Now he's like, oh man, give me some of that icy hot. I could do anything. So Nadal just need to rub a little icy hot on his tum-tum there. And go play the damn sport.
It's a tear in the muscle?
Yeah, it's a tear in the muscle.
That stuff is magic.
1/4 of an inch tear, a little over 1/4 of an inch.
So
I don't know, man.
Combine some icy hot and Robitussin all together, and that cures everything.
Well, I mean, it's a 1/4 inch tear in the abdominal muscle, and you use the abdominal muscles quite a bit. I mean, FedFan could talk more about this, but I'm pretty sure you use that quite a bit more. I mean, let's look at a 1/4 of an inch here on the belly.
Yeah,
it's like about like that right there.
No, that your finger you're showing me there is like an inch.
I'm showing you in scale.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No, it's not as big.
According to my belly, I'm
Yeah.
showing you in
Look,
scale.
if it was a tear on the skin, that's one thing.
Any
No,
woman
it's
will
a
tell you us men
tear.
are bad at really figuring out depth perception of measurements. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's never, yeah. 888-368-1580. Big George says, have you ever had a tear in your stomach? Yes, I have. I had my appendix out when I was 15, and so they had to cut me open there, and then I had to deal with that for a while. But I had a major surgery. Nadal just has a tummy ache.
So it's not a tummy; it's a tear in his muscles.
I'm on the verge of declaring this a man card violation.
I don't know about that one. And
Sure
he also finished the last match with the tear, and he had to come from behind with it.
Oh,
If you're talking about muscles, the tear is in the muscle. That crap hurts. Like, no, you wouldn't believe.
I didn't say it didn't hurt. I just said maybe he should man up, go out there, swing the racket a few times, and give it a shot. Give it a shot.
If you're playing tennis though, and I think tennis, golf, any sport where you rotate the middle of your body, baseball, if there's a tear in your muscles, in your abs, man, listen,
hey,
I don't blame anybody for saying no to that.
I was playing ball one time and I tore my thigh, my left thigh, tore it.
Oh God.
Continued playing the game. Got the game done with. Went home.
I like that. That's a man.
That's the way a man handles
that's
it.
That's a man right there.
I was in excruciating pain though. Believe it or not.
Never
but
said you wouldn't be in pain, but you manned up and you got the job done.
Yeah.
I got torn a new one by my dad quite a few times.
Oh yeah.
And I kept it. And Fed Fan is here, and she has this to say about Raphael Nadal pulling out of Wimbledon semifinal with his little teeny tear in his tummy. She says Raphael Nadal is a selfish fraud. He felt the tear in the second set, should have quit then and there, but no, he has to show everyone how tough he is and denied the American player Fritz a chance at playing in the semifinals. That tear in the abdomen affects the serve. Well, I saw him out there. He had some movement. I'm saying he should have done it.
Well,
I didn't say it wouldn't hurt. I said he just should have played through it.
Tore it in the second set of the last match, and that makes him selfish.
Like third inning.
He gutted through the last match.
And for what? So he could quit, and then now all of a sudden, Kyrgios is unhindered going to the finals.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So he should have just lost last match. So
he should have conceded that and let Fritz have a chance to go on.
No,
that's what should have happened.
No. See, now for me personally, if I'm a competitor, if I'm out there, the guy that's in front of me, I kick his ass. I don't care.
Then you have an obligation to play the next guy, or else it's an insult. Let me tell you something though.
Okay.
He had the tear. He knew he had the tear, but if you're going to finish, you're going to tough it out. You need to tough it into the next one because and it's just not right.
I think
it's
that's
not right otherwise.
Like what I did with my thigh. It was my left thigh. It was my landing foot. It was my plant foot when I was swinging the bat. Yeah.
And I saw him. I saw a video of Nadal, kind of practicing through. He may not have won, but I think he owed it to everybody, Fritz, Kyrgios, and anybody who gives a damn about tennis.
Sergio Garcia.
Give it a shot, especially Sergio Garcia.
The guy that was playing him.
Isn't he from Nadal? Isn't he from Spain? He owed it to Sergio, doesn't he?
He was the guy he was playing.
I'm sure he'll hear about it.
The guy he was playing a guy who had an injury and couldn't beat it. I don't care. You don't deserve anything.
I didn't say he deserved it. I said it's a matter of good sportsmanship. If you know you can't go on to the next match, let somebody who can, and that's the next guy up.
I don't think he knew that at the time.
In fact, I think now Wimbledon should go call Fritz and say, get in there and play Kyrgios.
Gross.
I got to tell you though, Jeffrey, when I tore my thigh, we beat the hell out of the other team. I think we run ruled them. Actually,
see,
nice.
So I just want to see. I don't know. I'm on the verge of a man card violation for Raphael Nadal, and I'm going to leave it to Fed Fan. I'm going to leave it to her. If she, probably the only fan of tennis we have listening to this program, if she says yes, Raphael Nadal needs a man card violation, I'm going to pull the trigger on it.
All right, there we go. That's a good way to handle it, Mr. Commissioner.
So, outside of that, we have many other things to talk about today. Good Cat says, old Roger Federer wouldn't wuss out like that.
Nah, hell no.
It's true.
I don't know if it's wussing out. It's tear in your stomach muscles, but all right.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, was your tummy that was tore? Would you give it a shot? I wanted so bad to get back. I was not allowed to play football that year because I had my appendix out. And but to be honest, as soon as after like a week or two, remember there's a difference between a tear and surgery.
Yeah.
But I was ready to go, but they wouldn't let me. Insurance wouldn't clear me. Boomer says, Jeffrey, in college, I was playing basketball, playing in the championship. I tweaked my ankle in the first quarter, swole up like a basketball, put ice on it, whipped back out, scored 38 points, and won the scoring championship on one freaking leg.
Now there you go. There you go, right there. Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says, good afternoon, gentlemen. In light of recent events, I think Joey Chestnut should be named Man of the Week. Stop the hot dog eating contest to choke out a protester, resumed, and still won by 30 hot dogs.
But did he have a tear in his abdomen? I think that is the question that needs to be asked.
He's got a substantial abdomen, and no, I don't believe so. So, no, I don't know if I can make him Man of the Week. And then he went back and was like, I feel bad about the kid. Well, you shouldn't because
Oh, then no.
He's 21
that's
years
his
old.
own conscience, though.
Yeah. Fed fan says Rafa's family was in the player box and was telling him to quit. And yes, Rafa needs a man card violation. Federer has never quit a professional match.
Wow, there you go. There you go.
It is official. Man card violation for Raphael Nadal for wussing out.
I disagree with this ruling. But
I don't care what you say, Keon. It's not about you. Are you the man card commissioner?
No.
Be careful. I don't give you a man card violation.
I wasn't saying that I was the man card commissioner. I was just saying I disagree with the rule. Just in passing.
I think he was trying to take your post, Mr. Commissioner.
No, it was not.
Noted.
Nothing of the sort, Randy.
Your objections are noted and duly filed where they belong.
I was just thrown under the bus there.
What bus? I didn't see that bus coming.
It's a very large bus.
Yeah, well, if you get hit by the bus, I expect you to keep going.
You better get up and keep walking.
Damn right.
Apparently not. Apparently, if I quit sooner rather than later, that's better.
If you get hit by the bus and have the decency to just die, then we'll allow it. But if you live, by God, you better be in that chair tomorrow. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Baseball tonight, the Diamondbacks open up a series against the Rockies. Dallas Keuchel against Austin Gomber, the pitching matchup. Rockies are slight favorites. They're paying out at -116 on the money line, while the Diamondbacks pay out at -102 with a victory. The over-under at 9 runs. Elsewhere around the division, Giants and Padres play tonight in San Diego. Pirates are a -146 favorite with Joe Musgrove on the mound, and the Dodgers are hosting the Cubs tonight. The Dodgers are considered -270 favorites with Tony Gonsolin starting. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Now, you know, when it came to my KFC meal, I had to put some thought into it.
KFC, may I take your order?
So I started off with a warm and toasted brioche bun. Word of advice, do not sleep on brioche buns. They're French and they're fire. Now, for the star of the show, have you ever seen such a beautiful chicken sandwich? You gotta make mine spicy. Add a side of mac and cheese, secret recipe fries, ranch, and an ice-cold lemonade. There you have it. Check out the new Jack Harlow meal at KFC.
Order ahead or on the KFC app today. Prices and participation may vary.
Jim Rome lives here.
It's a lame take to say that this is the dead time of sports and that there's nothing to talk about. It's not 1965. There's lots to talk about. In fact, I think it's actually one of the funnier times of the year because looking around and laughing at all the manufactured tripe that people are talking about, that's become a sport unto itself.
Jim Rome and the Jungle. Weekdays, mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been talking about. There is no month or week or day in this year that we don't have something to talk about here on this radio station. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Right now, we're excited because we're going to be giving away all kinds of gift cards from Kasai Japanese Steakhouse this month. They're calling it Christmas in July. And, it's a great place to go and have some food. And yes, people give me a hard time for the commercial I recorded saying it's dinnertainment. And
no, you didn't say it like dinnertainment.
Well, I know how I said it, and and that's fine. Here, we can tell you a story behind that commercial that I get a lot of ribbon for. Originally, so it comes down. We need this commercial recorded, and I remember Phil. Remember Phil used to work here.
Yeah.
And we say, hey, let's have Phil record a spot. He hasn't done one. And so he he does a perfectly nice read. It's a very nice read for Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. And it's nice. Well, they come back and they're like, well, we kind of wanted some more oomph. And then, Phil did some weird stuff. And then that made everybody uncomfortable. And that generally was what would happen with Phil.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, here, let me just do a version of this so you know kind of what they're looking for, because I could kind of understand they wanted more oomph, and so I went all oomph, and it turned out I did so much oomph they liked my version, and then that's how that happened. I had no idea it was going to turn into what it turned into, and I was going to get so much ribbon for it, because that's not my normal commercial reading speed right there, but client wants what the client wants. And tell you what, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, I took the family there. We had a great time. The food was great. And it was everything that it was cracked up to be when I read that commercial. So, we are very happy to have Kasai Japanese Steakhouse on as a client. And I tell you, if you haven't been over there yet, you really should. Forget about the fact that, we're doing commercials for it. I think I was telling you that before even they were paying any money for commercials or anything. But the Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it is a straight up legit place. In fact, the kids have said, hey, when are we going back there? One of our kids couldn't catch the shrimp in their mouth when the guy was throwing it. And I think she feels like I need another shot at that. I need it haunts her.
It haunts her sleep.
Yeah, it's like everybody else caught it but me, and she's like, I gotta practice. I want you to throw some M&Ms at me or something, So this is a perfect time of year to head over there, and it's air conditioned, of course, but get the family around, you eat some good food, and listen, everything on that menu was good because we took all four of the kids and my wife, and we were all having different stuff. You have a selection of things, and I had a little sample of every single one of them. Every single one of them was amazing. You think, well, you do the steak on there, it's gonna get rough or tough. It's just gonna not. Oh no! It was tender. It was perfect. So yeah, if you haven't been, make the effort to go and let them know you heard about it here on 1580 The Fanatic. In fact, they have a new thing, and I got to read a spot for them. A new version of that ad.
All right.
And it turns out it's due sooner than I thought. And to save time, I thought, well, maybe I could just read it now.
All right.
If I read it now live on the show, and then Keon can take the recording, send it to you, Randy, and then you can make it all sexy and nice with the music and whatnot.
All right. Sounds like a plan, Jeffco.
Wait, when I say sexy, I don't mean with that music you play all the time. I don't mean with that.
You don't like the sexy music?
Yeah, I don't mean with that.
Come on, give me about 10 seconds at the Kasai.
I can't match the read to that music.
Kasai.
And also, the first line of the thing, I don't want you to
entertainment.
I don't want you to play the "We Need a Little Christmas" thing. I don't want that.
You don't want the Christmas thing.
Well, the first words are "Christmas in July is back" at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. So, and I know how anytime I've said anything about Christmas, you fire off that song that annoys me. Right. I don't want that. It's got to be, cool music. I'll give you some time to figure that out. But if we got a couple of seconds here.
Well, I mean, the way you read it, maybe it's something, along this line here where it comes in and it starts very dramatic and you could start real slow and let it build with the music.
Well, no, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not.
I can hear this. This could be epic right here. This could be.
This Christmas, July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in
You see what I'm saying? I'm feeling this.
For this month only, get a $20 bonus card for every $100 gift card you purchase.
No, we only have 60 seconds, though.
Well,
we only have 60 seconds to read this.
All right. Well, I mean, go. I'm sure I'll find. Oh wait, this could be very classical. Right? There you go. Now you can read it.
Christmas in July is back. Huzzah! No, stop. I want to hurt myself now. Yeah, I can't have that.
All right.
I have to get kind of amped up for this, because that's a special kind of
I know
read.
exactly what's going to amp you up.
Well, oh yeah, that's the music I came out to when I did stand-up comedy. Well, now I'm just going to do. I'm going to end up doing some off-color jokes and stuff if we're not careful.
We can't have that. All right.
So yeah.
All right.
How about you work out the music later, and I'll.
All right.
When I read this, you guys are going to find out about a cool special, but also keep in mind, we are going to be giving away a bunch of Kasai Japanese Steakhouse gift cards on the radio station, not just on the Daily Blender, but on the morning show and on the main event as well. So
because it's what again? What did you say it was?
I believe it's Christmas in July. Yeah. Yeah. See, you did exactly what I told you not to. Okay. You did exactly what I told you not to. So remember,
I can't help it. Yeah.
I didn't mean to do it this way, but now this is the way they like it. So now I got to do it this way.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I don't know. Getting into it, you got to take a run at it. You know what I mean? So I usually don't feel dumb doing these things, but I got so much grief for this afterwards. Now it's like, all right,
nobody's going to give you grief. I'll protect you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So the first one may not be the right one, but we'll give it a shot.
All right. So this is radio. Everybody wants to know what happens when you cut a commercial. This is radio production 101. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, hold on. Before I start now, Randy,
yeah,
you and I have had some epic production sessions.
Yes.
We can't take 4 hours with this 160-second spot.
Okay.
We have to do an actual show.
It's not my fault. You're the one that always breaks off.
Oh,
not me.
Stop it. I'm not the one. You're the one. You're the troublemaker. I'm a good boy.
Okay.
Usually whoever is the one reading is the good boy.
Yeah.
And the other one is not. So.
All right.
I may have to redo the first part because it's probably going to take me a second to ramp up to this.
Okay? Yes. Go ahead. Get your running start. Get your pole vault in your hand and let's go.
Christmas in July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. For this month only, get $20 bonus card for every $100 gift card you purchase. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better. And
what was that?
I don't think I sound like I did in the last one. Do we have the last one so I can hear it? So I remember how I sounded? I don't think I'm doing it right.
I think we can manage it.
Yeah. I don't know if does it sound like, I don't think I'm doing it right. I know Big George loved that ad. So is it am I off? Come on. Production direct me, Randy.
Let me see it. Let me
I think it was even more like Christmas in July is back. But
no, it was Christmas in July is back.
Oh, I didn't puke on it. Come on. That's by the way, if you're listening to radio
entertainment.
That's what it was. Like this, it's puking. I didn't do that.
I didn't say you talk like this.
All right, well, it's Shelly Moreno in the morning here. We actually worked with the guy who talked like that the whole time, and then he would wander off into Spanish. Chili Moreno. That's right. I've got all the music, the battles right here on this radio station. What else do you? What did he say?
What in the hell?
What did I just hear? Do you have the spot or not?
I'm looking for it right now. Looking for it. Let's see what I have here.
You don't have it, Keon?
I think I can play it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Keon's going to play it. Go ahead. Let's hear this thing. Anytime. Back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. All right, I got this. You stop that. All right, so it's a normal voice with a little grunge on it. That's what that
was. Dinnertainment.
All right, that was not you. Stop, man. I didn't say dinnertainment. I said it's dinnertainment.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the music. Go ahead. I'm ready.
All right. Christmas in July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale for this month only. Sorry, I can't even. I gotta mark this here, right here. Oh, comma. Sorry. sorry. We'll get this done. Trust me. Christmas in July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale for this month only. Get a $20 bonus card. For this month only, get a $20 bonus card for every $100 gift card you purchase. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create food, fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. See, they can't see the smile in the video, but it's there. Enjoy
it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment.
Enjoy a memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from, I'm going to do this one more time. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is, whenever they say innovative sushi, I picture these sushi around the table designing a car. They're very innovative as
very
sushi.
Creative sushi.
Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, and signature cocktails. Now through July, get your $100 gift card and $20 bonus card. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. Should I do 1114 or is that all right?
1114, I think is good. Okay. Yeah, you could do 1114 if you want.
All right, so now I'm going to read it straight through. Hopefully, no mistakes.
Straight through. Give me a safety, please.
Yeah,
give me a safety.
Safety? You mean that there is nothing you could use there?
Oh, you would be surprised.
Christmas in July is back. If I can just get in, I'll be fine.
One more time.
Yeah.
One more time from the top. Please.
Or 7. Christmas in July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. For this month only, get $20 bonus card for every $100 gift card you purchase. And when it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. Enjoy a memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, and their signature cocktails. Now through July, get your $100 gift card and a $20 bonus card. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114.
It was a little over 60, but I think I can fix it.
I think there's a part that can probably be taken out.
I think I can fix that. No problem.
Wasn't there a part that I kind of maybe just need to read one more?
You did blow a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Where was that? Enjoy?
Start from enjoy. Pick it up from enjoy.
Enjoy a memorable dining experience where Randy White will come to your table and lick your face.
I don't think that's
no. Okay, I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
I don't want to lick the face, just the food.
Enjoy a memorable dining experience where Keon Rose will come over and tell you that you shouldn't have to play through a tear in your tummy.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
The fire.
All right. Enjoy a memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki sushi and their signature cocktails. Are we good now?
Good. Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
There you go.
Good. Yeah, there you go.
What do you mean? George says it still needs a little more intensity to match the original.
I don't know,
we
George.
Just listen to the original.
I don't know. That's not it.
Didn't I just I matched it?
I mean, I thought you did.
I thought so
you
too,
Some
but
March
okay.
Madness to your dinner with it.
That's not it. That was something else.
Well,
I have it here.
Okay, you're back to dining out.
See?
But there's dining.
Oh,
and there's dinner. Well, didn't I get in on the Christmas and July thing kind of the same?
Yeah, you did the same.
Here.
It sounded the same to me.
Here, Keon, you didn't stop recording, did you? You're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you the intro on that just in case. There we go. Yeah. Don't put that. Or do put that in. Maybe that'll be good. I don't know. Christmas in July is back. See, I get hung up there. So Christmas in July is back at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. All right, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So there you go.
Good.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
Let's see what people on the text line say.
Probably. What the hell are you guys doing?
Let's see. Quite a bit, actually. Let's see. Good Cat says, I want in on the gift cards and the Sun Devil ticket giveaways. Well, I'm sure we'll have those again. Maybe, I don't know, as long as they don't just move the entire team and school someplace else. Kyle G says, a live ad read. I love watching train wrecks. Do it this segment, Jeffrey, so I can get my popcorn. Biscuits and Gravy says, if you like Kasai Japanese Steakhouse and getting caught in the rain of gift cards, so don't even start with the stupid pina colada thing. Don't do it.
You said it.
I said don't.
No, brother.
Donnie says, great commercial, Jeffrey. Love it. Now give me a gift card. Well, you'll have your chance like everybody else. Thunder Snow says, it's dinnertainment. Miss Wilbler says, hey, this brings me a great idea. You know how many great ideas I got there? Once a month, you should have a call-in segment or call-in hour so we can hear what we all sound like. Yeah, no. The Jet says, damn, how much are they sponsoring the program? I left North Peoria and I've been listening to this restaurant commercial for like 20 minutes. I thought I was be able to do it quicker. I apologize. Screaming Eagle says, Jeffrey, you do that ad so very, very well. Thank you, Screaming Eagle. Fed Fan says, well, nothing like a 60-second commercial lasting 12 minutes long. You know what? You come and try this. It ain't as easy as it looks. And Good Cat's like, wow, they did receive quite a bit of ad space right there. George says, there you go, Jeffrey. That intro's better. You nailed it. And Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I think the heat's getting to everybody. I think he might be getting it to you. You know
what? The people ask for a behind the scenes of what goes on in this radio station.
Yeah, Blender After Dark. There you go. There's your Blender After Dark right there.
Fighting Wampa says, have you guys seen Aaron Rodgers' new tattoo? Yes, and we will talk about that soon. And no, it does not mean he wants to play for the Lions. That's ridiculous. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
For the latest in the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Shop 40 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com this week only. Plus, new deals on outerwear and sweats. Save through December 15th at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com.
Living with chronic pain isn't really living at all. So why don't you do something about it?
I just learned to deal with the pain. I mean, I don't want to go through a long, agonizing surgery.
Or some doctor will just put me on meds for eternity. I don't like taking medication. Avoid both of those with regeneration injection therapy. It's non-invasive and, in most cases, with only a single injection, you're on your way to pain-free life. Regeneration injection therapy is just one of many effective alternative therapies at the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale. Our naturopathic medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We often help people who have not found relief with other treatments. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Stay with Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, yeah, we are going to have a lot of giveaways of the Kasai Japanese Steakhouse gift cards here in the coming month. I'll have more for you on that a little bit later on. Right now, let's get right into Fangs. And no, I thought it was decided we couldn't call 0069 the whistling sack. I'm leaving out part of it because we were told we couldn't do that. He says, what if I call myself, and no, somebody else tried that and it doesn't work. Just because the words are said, it does not mean Randy will play the song. So you're going to have to, we came up with some other ideas. I don't know if you were listening when we came up with, what was it? Trouser Cough?
Trouser Cough was one of them. Yeah.
That's a good one right there. Is 0069. There's a bunch of other texter nicknames that would work for you, but if the one you want has been denied, we got to find something, man.
We got a whole list. A whole Helly's Puppet, Plumber's Crack, the Steel Brow. I mean, we got tons of them. Triple Threat, My Teeth Are Crooked, Doorknobs, Just the Knuckle, Pigeon Muffler, Great Kazoo, Fat Rabbit, the Chin Dimple, Oily Stool. Oh, yeah, we got tons of them, man.
So
Fourth and Inches.
So there you go. Double, 0069. Figure it out. Cabana says, I went to Kasai there in Scottsdale, and I had an awesome food and a good time. So there you go. Big George says, yes, you did nail that read, Jeffrey. I love the fact you guys did the live reads on the air and let us see behind the scenes. It's July anyway, so there's not much sports going on. No, that's not true. There's plenty of stuff. And the lead story being about tennis, so just about that, I just was like, come on, man up, go play your sport. It's not like, a hard one. Just tennis. I know a guy who's in his 90s who plays tennis in Palm Springs every damn day. If he can get out there and do it, I am pretty sure Raphael Nadal can go out there, and he might lose, but he could get out there and play.
It's not a might that you're losing. Nick Kyrgios hit a serve the other day. It was like 130 miles an hour.
And
okay, if that doesn't mean anything to you, then that's fine.
Just hold the net. Just bang. There you go. All good.
The ball's just going to bounce off the racket without you swinging it bang at him. That's okay.
I didn't say you're going to win, but man up and go do it. Let's talk about what happened last night. The Giants finally did get a win and end their losing streak, and it wasn't even, it wasn't like a blowout this time for the Diamondbacks. They lost 7-5. They had the lead for a good deal of it until Mantiply decided to hit a guy. So.
Yeah, you can't come back from that. You plunk a guy, things start to go wrong. your pitcher starts to lose their cool. That's when you got to make some moves, man. You can't just leave guys in. But as you saw, that's what happened. So
bing, bang, boom, we lose. And that's the end of that right there. So they had a 4-0 lead, and you beat a guy, and that's the end of that. So now, Randy, I know you're a fair man. I know you're fair.
Yes.
But I also know that you get easily aggravated.
What do you mean?
By people talking about Shohei Ohtani.
I don't have a problem with Shohei Ohtani. He had a great night. He's thrown 3 games in a row, 10+ strikeouts. The guy is amazing. What do you want me to say?
Now, he did this at least. He did win when this happened. So you can't give him a hard time for that. But here is the stat. Ohtani is now the first player since 1920 when the RBI became an official statistic to record 10 strikeouts as a pitcher and then have at least 2 RBIs and 1 stolen base on offense. You have to admit he has been elite lately.
I will give you the fact that he's elite, but come on, quit trumping these up. When is the last time that you've had a pitcher that can hit like Shohei Ohtani? All right, 1920s. You know what I mean? My point is, why is this? I don't understand. Baseball changed immensely from when Babe Ruth played to today. I don't understand. I mean, the guy is an amazing ball player. He does really well as a pitcher. He gets up, he can hit the ball a country mile. The guy he's fast. He wants to be a great ball player, and so he is a great ball player. I don't have a problem with Shohei Ohtani. I'm just tired of the media just making such a big stink like this.
He's not overhyped right now, Randy.
Well,
right now, he's not. You might have been annoyed last year, but this year, you got to give him credit. Okay, he's not overhyped. He's everything that they said he was last year. And
I didn't say he wasn't. I'm just tired of hearing about. That's all the baseball guys want to look at. You don't want to look at Yordan Alvarez. He's knocking the ball too. Last year, by the way, Shohei Ohtani should not have been the MVP just because he's a unicorn in Major League Baseball right now. There were 2 other guys that out-hit him, had better stats than he did, since this is such a statistical, league anymore. If you're going to go by stats, go by stats. Don't go by what the writers say all the time.
Well, the stats right now make a damn strong case. Seriously. Look at his ERA. Look at how
he's not the best pitcher in baseball right now. He's pretty hot right now. But
any player, even if his name's not Shohei Ohtani, you look at the entirety of the player. And I get what you're saying. Just because he's a unicorn, he shouldn't get it. But I think he's really earning it this year. If you didn't agree last year, if you take a good close look at Ohtani this year, I don't know how you don't agree, except for the one glaring problem that he and Mike Trout are alone in the world, and the Angels are god awful.
Yes, I will give you that. Yes, I will give you that 110%. And that's the way it normally is. That's the way it normally is right now.
So, anyways, I know you're annoyed by it, but I want you to take a fair look at this and see if you could be okay with him being an MVP this year.
I am really not annoyed by Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I think it's wrong to say that because
by the hype.
Listen, I'm annoyed by the baseball writers. The baseball writers have too much say in who wins the MVP. It should be a fan thing. It should be other players who play with these guys. It shouldn't just be baseball writers. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
All right. Well, listen, we all agree that the MVP in many different sports is something's wrong there.
Yeah.
The definition of MVP seems to change. The way it's decided is not always the best way. I think that we have agreed on this show that it should be a combination of players, coaches, and sports writers. Throw that all together, and I think you'd have more balance in that. If you put the fans in, that really screws it up. I think you can have a fan favorite award if you want, the popularity contest. But if you really want to know the opinion on, say, Shohei Ohtani, get the opinion. I say more heavily weighted towards players' opinions, more heavily weighted towards coaches and baseball personnel opinions, than even sports writers or fans.
Would you agree that a pitcher's worth would be something that you would look at his win and loss records, his ERA, things like that. Would you agree with that?
That is a part to consider. Yes, but you're looking at him as the most valuable player. It's not the most valuable pitcher. So you have to look at him as a complete player.
But if you're going to throw his pitching stats in there and his hitting stats and this sort of thing, shouldn't you look at the whole picture then?
Well, of course you look. That's the whole point I'm saying. You should look at the whole picture.
Okay. Well, if you want to look at Shohei Ohtani as being an overall great player, I think you need to look at all the stats.
This year. This year. And in the last 4 games, he's 4-0. He's had over 40 strikeouts, 0 ER in a 4-game span since ER became official in 1913. And he is far ahead and beyond most players now and in the past for the player that he is.
Listen,
he's got a 2.44 ERA right now, 111 strikeouts, 81 innings, and now he's and his hitting. Well, that's always spoke for itself, but it varies. He's 259, 344, 495, and I don't know how you can't say he's not in an MVP running here.
Well, because I don't think that he's one of the top pitchers in the league. I think he's a top pitcher, but I don't think he's one of the top pitchers in the league.
We're not asking you for most valuable pitcher. We're asking for most valuable player.
Well, then
with those things together, it makes him strong candidate.
No, I don't think so. I disagree with you. I'm sorry. People that are doing an all-around good job in their jobs as a player deserve credit. And I think that the baseball players or the Baseball Writers Association, they look at a unicorn and they think it's the greatest thing to happen since sliced bread. And it's no different than it was back in Babe Ruth's day when pitchers were men and they played the game and they hit and they stole bases. This is the way the game used to be played. I don't see what the big deal is. By the way, there's a guy in Los Angeles right now that's absolutely nobody has talked about the guy. He's got a 1.54 ERA, Gonsolin, who's one of the starting pitchers for the Dodgers, and he leads the league in ERA, wins, and he's also pitched the same, if not more innings than Shohei Ohtani. I'm just tired of seeing Shohei Ohtani because the guy can pitch and he gets up and he can hit a long ball. So what?
Well, if you want most valuable pitcher, well, by all means. But if you want most valuable overall player, then you have to consider all these things. Does that pitcher who only pitches every 4 games end up being the most valuable player, or is he the most valuable pitcher? Ohtani can pitch one game and he can bat the next.
He bats in every game. They changed the rules of baseball for Shohei Ohtani. He's not even a top 10 batter right now.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear both sides of the argument, because I do think that what makes Shohei valuable is the fact that he's a unicorn. And I don't think you can just ignore that when you're talking about his value. But I also see where Randy's coming from, because I went and just pulled up, went to Pro Baseball Reference and just pulled up a bunch of the batting stats, the league leaders in Major League Baseball right now. And in most statistical categories, the name that keeps popping up all the time, Paul Goldschmidt. He's having a monster season, and it would be tough to say that Shohei Ohtani is more valuable than him right now when he's leading in WAR, on base percentage.
That's fair.
Runs created, times on base. So there's and you can go even deeper into it, and Paul Goldschmidt keeps coming up again and again. So there's an argument there for some of these other guys out there who are constantly.
Fair enough. And that's the way it should be, Keon. And I'm not saying that Shohei Ohtani has to be the MVP. I'm just saying he's making a damn good case for it, even more so than last year. If Goldschmidt gets it, or if somebody else is better, Randy, I agree with you.
He might be making a good case for a Cy Young, but he's not making a good case, in my opinion, for an MVP. There are too many other guys in offensive stats that are killing him.
Well,
for an MVP.
May the best man win.
Alvarez keeps coming up. So
I agree with you as well as disagree with you. So, that's all we got time for in this hour. That is 1 hour down and 2 to go. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And if you haven't heard, the show is now noon to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. I'm on vacation for the week. But Izzy, who's joining you in studio? Keon will be in studio. So join Izzy and Keon Wednesday through Friday, and I'll be back on Monday the 11th. So join Izzy and Keon Wednesday through Friday, and I'll be back on Monday the 11th. You're on the main event. Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. You're on 1580 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
What if I told you there's a wealth management firm that offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee? Think it doesn't exist? Think again.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. When you start a new relationship with Compact, we'll create your customized investment portfolio and financial plan dedicated to help you reach your goals. Try us out for a year. If you're not happy for any reason, you'll get all of the management and maintenance fee that you paid refunded. This is our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and use the keyword Talk to Mo to find out more. Again, from your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword Talk to Mo. Satisfaction guarantee doesn't apply to fees and commissions charged by third parties for such things as insurance products or mutual fund redemptions. It also doesn't apply to any market losses which might occur in an account. For additional information regarding this guarantee, please see the disclosure brochure available at the time you enroll or upon request.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K250 Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. You know, when they have contests, and you're like, well, I never win contests. I never win nothing. Well, this one I feel like you got pretty good odds on. Krispy Kreme is giving away 8,500 years of free donuts from July 11th to the 14th. Now, not to one person, because nobody's going to live 8,500 years, but I think they're giving away a year's worth of free donuts to 8,500 people in honor of their 85th birthday. So I'm just saying, that means odds are better that you might actually win than, if it's just like one guy with the prize. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to sit here, go through my head. Why would they give away 8,500? But I see what they're doing.
Yeah,
8,500 people, 85 years. I would have thought, well, if they're going to celebrate 85, they give away to 85. But I see what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah, they want to take care of 8,500 people. So I'm just saying, you might want to check out KrispyKreme.com. I ain't getting paid for this. I'm just telling you this because I know that a lot of us love donuts. And also, Krispy Kreme is still going to continue that Beat the Pump promotion that they were doing, where they would sell a dozen donuts based on the national average of a price a gallon of gasoline, and generally, even as bad as the gas prices are, it's cheaper than the normal prices have been for a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. So they're going to keep on doing that too. So I'm just saying, if you like some Krispy Kremes, I thought you might want to know. And if you get a year's worth, even better. So you got, I'd say, fairly good chances. And listen, you'll have fairly good chances to win that gift card, for Kasai Japanese Steakhouse here in future days. So keep listening for that. 888-368-1580. Good Cat says, Randy, could you pour me a triple rye neat with a double bourbon pack, please and thank you.
Wow.
Some serious drinking going on here at 4 o'clock.
I mean, wow. What
kind of day have you just had? Boomer Sooner says, Randy, I really didn't think about it, but you played the game. Would your jaw like completely drop straight down to home plate if you'd ever seen a player like Shohei Ohtani back in your day?
No. Because you go to any Little League field, it goes on every day, every night that they play Little League baseball. It's no different. I mean, these are grown men playing a little kid sport. It's no different. It's just they get more specialized the farther they go in the program. And it's odd to see. That's why I say Shohei Ohtani is an uber talented individual. But because he goes out and executes on the mound, and he's having a great stretch right now. Surely he's in the discussion for a Cy Young award winning, but he's nowhere near an MVP. He's not having the MVP season. Last year, at least he was close. I would not have given him the MVP last year. There were other guys that were, in my opinion, more valuable, but the thing that I have with Shohei Ohtani is not with Shohei Ohtani. It's with a group of individuals who see a unicorn and they go, ooh, look what he can do. And suddenly their thoughts are all swayed that this guy should be the MVP. And so they sway the public and everybody else and they cast all their votes. I think it should be opened up to other players, coaches, managers. People like that in the game should actually pick who the MVP is. That's all I'm saying.
I think we all agree on that, but I am going to put a bumper sticker in your car that says Shohei Ohtani stole my popsicle. Bruno Baller says, what would they consider a year's worth of Krispy Kreme donuts? Would that be one donut a day? How would that work? Well, I mean, if it's done right, it should be a damn dozen donuts anytime I want to go down there and get them. A year's worth. I don't know. You have to go read the fine print for the Krispy Kreme people. Like I said, I ain't getting any money for this. Boomer Sooner says, has Randy left his chair several times to get that whiskey already?
I'm not drinking the whiskey right now, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, speaking of pitchers, you go from Goofus to Gallant. From Gallant to Goofus. Now, if you've ever read the Highlights magazine, you know who Goofus and Gallant are.
Mm-hmm.
Goofus raises his voice and interrupts. Gallant waits patiently for his turn and speaks in indoor tones. Goofus and Gallant. And, Ohtani, he's Gallant. Chris Sale is Goofus.
Oh, boy.
Have you seen the video? Him just losing his bleep. He had a bad start. They sent him down to the minor leagues there. And he's trying to work out his stuff and he's rehabbing a fractured rib cage, but I guess it didn't go well for him down there. And, he only had 3 2/3 innings and he loaded some bases and they're like, all right, come on. And he just went down the tunnel there and trashed the place. He trashed that area between the dugout and the clubhouse and just went nuts. He destroyed the throwback uniforms. He destroyed a whiteboard. He just wrecked the place on his way through there. Just lost his ever-loving mind, Randy.
Wow. What was he upset about? Because he had a bad outing?
Yeah, bad outing. He 3 2/3 innings, and they finally took him out after he loaded some bases.
Well, I mean,
on a walk.
The bottom line is you can't act like that. I mean, I've seen in the last few weeks, I've seen guys get pulled from games and go in and throw their gloves against the wall and get all mad. I understand you're a competitor, but I mean, this is maybe a bit too far. This is a bit too far. It's one thing if you want to be angry. Okay, be angry at yourself, but why start tearing stuff up? I hope he's going to replace it.
Okay, so let me just take you down the trail here. I'm sure the Boston Red Sox are looking at this going, oh, we can't wait to have him back. And Major League Baseball is saying, oh, I'm sure there's no HGH going on there. There's no rage at all. I mean, it's just a bad look for Chris Sale all the way around. Yeah, we get the frustrations, but come on, man.
Yeah. And I understand to a degree how he must be feeling, because this is a guy that was once considered, at least for, I think it was 2019 when he got hurt. He was coming into that year considered the best pitcher in baseball. Mm-hmm. And he's gone from that to now, 3 2/3 innings, you walk 5 guys, you've got no control. And we've talked about it on the show before, how these guys are wired. You're a starting pitcher, you're an ace. You're not wired like everybody else is wired.
Right.
However, you are a 33-year-old man. Stuff is not going well in your life. That doesn't mean you get to destroy the entire locker room.
Who's the pitcher that was always he wouldn't let a guy throw out an opening pitch? Who was that?
That was Max Scherzer.
Yeah, and now the word on Max Scherzer is that out there when he's doing business, he's all business, and he's very, very intense. But then you hear the story about him in the clubhouse buying everybody gifts, feeding everybody, paying for dinner and ribs and steak and lobster to be brought in and stuff like that. Making these gestures towards his teammates. So he crazy intense in the moment, super good guy outside of it. Chris Sale forgot where that barrier was.
Well, I was just looking at the story here, and it looks like he did apologize. At least he did say that it was it was an embarrassing 7-year-old temper tantrum. So there's that, but damage done. You can't just go tear up the locker room and destroy the throwback uniforms and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to get angry, go in the locker room and throw your glove against the wall or you shout in your locker. You don't tear stuff up. Hey, that's ridiculous. He should be held accountable for that.
Absolutely. And remember, cameras everywhere. There's nothing you're going to do crazy that's not going to get caught on camera.
Yeah,
and you're going to regret it later.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Straight Striper says, I just got shrimp thrown at me, and then I got kicked out of Benihana's after asking for the 1580 daily blender at Jeffrey O'Brien discount. From now on, I'm going to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, Scottsdale's hottest happy hour, most innovative sushi, cocktails, and innovative fare. Teppanyaki. Good man, Straight Striper. That's where
excellent choice. Yeah.
888-368-1580. I do want to just say I hate the Dodgers. I hate the Yankees, but my hatred for the Dodgers is starting to grow. And I'll tell you why. Famous Dodger Stadium vendor Roger Owens. He's been throwing peanut bags to people in the stands for like 60 years. Yeah, he's a legend. But now suddenly it's a problem. Roger's been told to stop tossing the bags because it's a safety issue. That's right. It's California. He says he's heartbroken, but he's not going to fight the decision. But he still thinks it's ridiculous. He says, listen, they have time to see the bag of nuts coming. It's not like a bullet that goes straight through them. I'm always wanting to make sure whoever I'm throwing to catches that bag. I want them to catch it because then they feel a sense of accomplishment. Like, yeah, I caught that. Dodgers ended peanut tossing back in 76 and 85, but both times they reversed the ban because the fans were complaining. So maybe this isn't a final thing, but that just doesn't that make you kind of hate the Dodgers a little more?
Come on, man. Come on.
60 years this man has been. Here's the question. Have there been any deaths?
No.
Have there been any maimings and major injuries by Roger Owens tossing a bag of peanuts to somebody?
Look, man, are we so ridiculous now? Really? We got to do this? Really?
Well, don't say we. That sounds like the Dodgers. Who's we?
We as a society, really?
I don't.
Well, California is its own universe, like Texas is its own universe.
Isn't there more pressing issues that
I don't
we should be taking care of instead of tossing a bag of peanuts at a ball game?
I agree with Jeffrey. That is not us as a society. That's their society. That's just I don't even know what to say. It's a bag of peanuts.
Roger Owens wants to put his nuts in your mouth, and the best way to do that is to throw them to you in the bag. You can open and eat them. Yeah, it's not as much fun if he just hands them to you, or that people hand it to you down the row.
Right? How many people can hand a bag of nuts? I mean, come on.
If you know how many times
it's not as much fun just putting your nuts in somebody's hand.
Well,
no, you gotta throw them. You gotta throw that bag of nuts to them.
You've tossed M&Ms to me before, Jeffrey.
Yes.
It's never been a problem. It's not an issue. Even if I don't catch it, it's just okay.
Both eyeballs, and I believe you've caught them every time.
Yeah, but like even if I didn't, there's no pain, there's no harm done. Just pick them up, open it and eat them. I just don't understand.
Come on, man.
Just don't understand what the problem is. Like I'm not sure. Did somebody complain? Who complained?
They just said, "Oh, this might be a safety problem." Hefty Lefty says that guy's a legend. He tosses them behind the back like 6 rows away. Does like one of those moves right there. Dude is more accurate than Drew Brees.
Oh yeah, yeah.
See what I'm saying? Fed fan says again, why? I don't know. What's your problem? Well, so yeah, just another reason to hate the Dodgers. Hey Randy, I saw this in NASCAR. I got a question for you.
Trying to get me going again. Go ahead.
No. Why do you think every time I say, "Hey Randy," thought you? No, this is a legit question about Noah Gragson. He got major penalties. Did he indeed? You probably saw the race. Did he intentionally wreck Sage Karam at Road America? Did he really do that?
There's been some speculation that he did, and he's paying for it now.
Or did he do it or not?
Yeah, he did.
He did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally spun a guy in a high-speed section of the course, and then causing a massive crash. A bunch of dust and dirt went up. A bunch of other cars crashed, endangering the sport, the money, the lives of everybody around him. Did he indeed do that on purpose?
Yes, I would say he did.
Well, he should probably get more than this. Here's the major penalty he got: $35,000, docked 30 driver points. And the team,
which is huge, by the way, because there's only like 9 races left.
The team is also receiving a 30-point owner's points penalty. The crash took out no less than 12 cars. Brandon Brown actually collapsed in pain after he got out of the car. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's not going to make." And they're like, "No, it's just his nuts." He just took a blow right to the giblets. Somehow in his wreck, the steering column or something, I don't know, but everybody else was unhurt, and they didn't penalize Gragson in the race. But then later on, everybody looked at it and everybody was like, "Oh my God, that was horrible." Even his car owner, Dale Earnhardt, was like, "I told him I could stand behind him through just about anything, but not this."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sad because this really was uncalled for. I mean, there's a way to take care of this, and it's not at on a road course when you're at a particularly high speed version of the road course. These cars, they take a lot of abuse, but you wait until you're in a corner, man. A hairpin corner. You get up underneath them, you move them out of the way that way, or you get out of the car at the end of the race and you just go box his lights out. You don't endanger his life of another driver or
everyone else.
Multiple drivers or possibly spectators. You just don't do that. So I agree with you, Jeffrey. I'm wondering why he did not get suspended some races. At 35,000, please give me a break. 300,000, perhaps.
Yeah, and of course, poor Brandon Brown, who took one to the Ginobili's, he was quoted as saying, "Oh." So now I'm sorry, I do have to point this out, but he was 39 points behind AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah.
And now he's 69 points behind AJ Allmendinger.
Well,
all right.
All right. He's 69 points behind AJ Allmendinger.
All right.
All right then.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
No idea. No idea. I probably shouldn't go to this one, but this is the next piece of paper, and I apologize. But now we're going to talk about Brittany Griner. She has pled guilty, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what? She pled guilty? Oh, this is horrible." No. This is good, actually. This was wise, actually. Here's the thing: she had a teeny little bit, and if you believe her, she didn't mean to bring it. I don't know about that, but I do believe she wasn't looking to widely distribute and sell hashish oil. Okay. But
if she is talking about what I think she's talking about, a little cart thing, it's like this big. You really could accidentally just chuck that in something.
No,
if that's
plausible.
in a pocket, in a shirt, that's in your bag. And maybe she's not telling the truth about that, but I'm saying it's plausible.
It's plausible. No, you're absolutely right. But she said, I'd like to plead guilty. There was no intent. I didn't want to break the law. And she basically said she didn't realize she had it with her when she packed. Now, okay, all that stuff aside, she shouldn't even be there. And of course, she pled guilty because if she didn't, there's no way to plea bargain or make deals to get her out. Nobody ever wins in court in Russia. If you're accused of something, there's a 99% chance you're going to lose. The other part of this is everything is drawn out. It will take months before even this is resolved, because even on this hearing, a couple of people who were supposed to be there weren't there. So we'll have to reschedule. This could go on to December very, very easily, unless they're able to get a good deal where her and also this other guy who is there, they're trying to get him out, Paul Whelan. He's been there since December of 2018. So this takes some time and finesse and doing. And unfortunately for Brittany, she's probably going to be there a while longer unless there is some miracle deal made. I would not expect that miracle, because the one thing the United States can't do is release a horrific terrorist or criminal back into the world for Brittany Griner. And I know it's horrible. It's wrong. She shouldn't be there. We should do everything we can to get her out. But the cost to all of humanity is too high if that ends up being some sort of horrific criminal. And it sucks to say, it sucks to hear, and it just sucks. The whole thing does. But hopefully they'll find a way to balance this out. And okay, we're not going to give you the terrorist financer, but we give you a couple of these dip bleeps over here. And you give us that. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to get resolved, but if you hear that she said I pled guilty, that was because that's the only way there's any negotiating room for her to get released.
And you called this one time when we talked about it before a big stupid game, and that's part of playing the big stupid game. Is the Russians are not going to let her go without an admission of guilt. So why not get ahead of it, go out there and just acknowledge some level of guilt there, so that you keep that avenue open. And of course, the Russian courts kind of work like you plead guilty and now we're just getting started, right? As opposed to here in an American court, where if you plead guilty, that's the end. You're going somewhere. From there, this is actually just the start of the entire process.
So sadly, she's going to have to hang in there. And sadly, this is going to take a minute. So, all right, we have to take a break. When we come back, Big George has a question for Randy White, and we got a bunch of other sports stuff to talk about. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Think you know about meth? Think again. Today's methamphetamine is far more potent, more addictive, and more deadly than ever before. Today's meth is often laced with the deadly drug fentanyl. In fact, deaths from meth use have doubled in Arizona. What can you do? Get the facts at thenewmeth.com and know there's hope and resources for recovery. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
A sapiosexual is the person who's attracted to intelligence. Do you choose brains over beauty? Like mind over muscle? Prefer Shakespeare?
To be or not to be?
To a puppeteer?
Hey, which one's the dummy?
So if you are sapiosexual and your current conversation is about to get, shall we say, intellectually stimulating, reach for Shakespeare Vodka, a thoughtfully engineered spirit with pure, smooth flavor that tastes like poetry in a bottle. Shakespeare Vodka, the taste of intelligence.
Baseball is in full swing.
See you later! A walk-off, 3-run home run!
And we've got the grand old game covered like an infield tarp.
How about that?
Who's hot? Who's not? We've got the latest news, score, highlights, and info from around the league all season long.
It's a camper and it'll go all the way to the wall.
We are your MLB hookup.
Looking up and it's gone, a home run.
Get all the games you can handle on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Stay the blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. Okay, I guess now Big George has two questions. First question is, can't we just give Chekhov back from Star Trek? Give him back to Russia? We don't need that guy anymore. Come on now. But his real question was for Randy White, 1580, the Fanatic.
Okay.
It says, what are your predictions for the NHL draft tonight? Who will the Coyotes pick with the 3rd overall pick? Will 1580 Fanatic have an NHL draft special that causes this show to be preempted again? Boy, I wish we thought of it. What time is the draft on for the NHL?
It's on right this moment.
Damn it.
Right
Why didn't somebody tell me? We could have tried to gotten off the air again. Damn. All right. Well, we're here anyway. So I don't know. What's your answer, Randy?
Well, there's so many great players. And here's the thing. The Coyotes have quite a bit of picks in the first round. They have quite a bit of picks in the first round, and they have worked out so many things here. So I don't know. It would be a bit of a toss up for me. They need to go probably young talent. They don't need somebody that's going to command lots of dollars. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Maybe Cooley. Which is a high-end kid out of University of Minnesota.
They don't seem to have a live draft tracker that I can see. So
no.
Yeah, there's one on the CBS Sports.
Ty Nelson, maybe Cutter Gauthier.
Have we picked yet, Keon? Have you? Since you can see
the first pick, the Canadians had the first pick. Their pick just went in.
We have the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah.
So
I can give you an update when the Coyotes do pick, and I'll tell you who they got.
Yeah.
Logan
Cooley would probably be the kid. I would say that they'll probably, that's what everybody has been saying. Of course, you never know, but this he's an impact player and a guy that can go to work right away. So look for the Coyotes maybe to pick up Logan Cooley. We'll see.
I just realized I skipped a bunch of damn texts accidentally. My apologies.
Damn it.
Navy Brad says, happy Thursday, men. And fourth dimension, great to hear Baker Mayfield got his wish. Happy ending to the Browns' treatment of him. You're thinking of the wrong player with happy ending, but good luck in North Carolina. All right. Hamilton Porter said, okay, here's your man of the week. Here it is. Says, on the day Clayton Kershaw was pulled from a perfect game after 80 pitches, we'd like to remind you this guy got struck by lightning, got revived, and then finished the game. Well, that didn't happen today or even this week, did it? That was like a couple of weeks ago that was on this day in history, I think. But Ray Caldwell, look at that. Yeah, I don't remember what day that was, but yeah, we've done that story before on the show, and it was 1920 something. So no, we can't make him. We can't make him the man of the week. Sorry. Hey. NHL is trying to get their teams in order and maybe find some good stuff in drafts. Now, tell me, I'll be honest with you. I don't follow the NHL as closely. The draft for Major League Baseball is like, hey, welcome to the team. You're going to the minors, and we'll see you in a couple of years.
In most cases, yeah.
Okay. In basketball, it's, hey, welcome to the team. and you're going to play. In football, hey, welcome to the team. You're going to try for a position. If not, you're going to be on the practice squad. Welcome to the team. What does hockey do? Is it welcome to the team? You're going to play this year, or is it welcome to the team? Or they're going down to the minor league version of that?
Well, some of the guys go to the minor leagues. I think teams reserve the right to see how these players play. Hockey, the NHL is so young nowadays. It's very odd to see guys. It's very odd to see guys in their 40s. I mean, some of the guys that you see in their 40s, it's because they're just elite players. They've been there for a long time and they're playing still at a high level. Most of the guys you see now, 19, 18, 20, 25, 26, you start to look at like you're an older guy in the NHL. And speaking of the NHL, I don't know, Jeffrey, you remember back when we were doing radio back in 1992?
A bit. It's foggy.
You remember the Roadrunners, Phoenix Roadrunners?
Oh yeah.
And they were playing a game against the Los Angeles Kings. And remember they had a female goaltender. The Kings did on their in their minor league division, and she played for the Kings against the Roadrunners. Her name was Manon Rhéaume. Remember her?
I have vague recollection. That's a long
time. All right.
Time
Well,
ago.
she this past Thursday. She was named Hockey Operations and Prospect Advisor for the Kings.
Great.
Mayon Rhéaume.
There's a lot of females moving up in the world of sports. We have the minor league coach of the Coachella Valley. That's a woman. And then a videographer coach on some teams, a woman. And now you just mentioned her. And also when we talk about NFL stuff later, president of the Raiders. That is groundbreaking for several reasons, which we'll get into a little bit later. So it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah. So I just thought that would interest you because I know we had a connection to the Roadrunners in a former life on a different radio station in a galaxy far, far away.
They used to have me come out and I would rile up the crowd in between periods. Now that was not easy because people would go head off to the exits, get their concessions, go to the bathroom, then come back. But I was able to make them laugh, and I was able to keep the crowds involved. And there was a time that we had all the kids out there playing, little tiny tots playing the hockey out there.
Yeah.
And this one kid went sliding skates first right into the crotch of a goalie, and I was on the mic going, "And the John Wayne Bobbitt special," and Adam Helen Keller came over to me and he's like, "Hey, this is a family show, man." But they didn't get rid of me because I kept I have the crowd screaming so much, sometimes more than the game itself. Yeah. And so that, they didn't fire me.
That was a lot of fun. We played a broom ball game. We played
a
broom ball game. The KRDS All-Stars played against different people. They would submit, they would challenge us to broom ball games. So in between a period, we would get out there and play broom ball. That was so much fun.
I wore this very jersey when we did that.
I believe you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to that. It's whatever happened to that gal who was playing goalie for the Kings back then?
Mayon Rhéaume. She's now she's now a prospect advisor for the Los Angeles Kings. I saw that article earlier today. I meant to tell you about it. But I thought that was cool. She was named that earlier this week. Mayon Rhéaume. And that was unheard of back in 92. This girl was a goaltender, and she was pretty damn good. And that's before they had the women's hockey team for the Olympics and that sort of thing going on. So for her to come up through the Pee-wees and through the minor leagues and everything she was playing, she played at Phoenix for a while. But I saw her and I thought, dude, she's still with the Kings. I mean, she's still been pursuing her career in hockey. I think that's cool.
I always wonder is like, okay, there's certain sports where women, if they can play to that level, then they should be able to play. I think women, if there's a woman out there who can play baseball as good as the men, they should be in Major League Baseball. And if they can play basketball as good as the men, they should be in basketball. I don't see any reason why they can't. And then, of course, hockey is where there's a pause. Hockey, there are some women who can skate the doors off you. But then it's like, ooh, that's a bad look if you got a dude and a woman fighting each other out there on the ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah. And just like I say, well, a kicker for the NFL, a woman be great for that. And then everybody says, yeah, but what about the person who comes out there and just plows her into the ground and, destroys her, on a return or something, that she doesn't have the physical frame for it. I say, well, hey, I say if any regular kicker is going to assume that risk. Let a woman if she wants to. But as far as the fighting goes, that's where it gets kind of murky, doesn't it? Between in a hockey fight.
Yeah. Because there's guys out there, they don't care. They'll go. They're goons. That's their whole job, is to upset the opposition and get out there and mix it up.
Yeah. Well, those are the bastards who probably do it at home too, and those people should be set on fire, if you ask me. But
which I don't know. I just know some, because okay, so take the fights and put it to the side. Just you see a jersey from the other team and you just go obliterate it, and then helmet comes off, and you're like, oh
no,
I don't know that anybody wants to be in that position at all. Yeah, you're just like, oh God, I didn't need to.
You've assumed the risk, and let me tell you, if they let girls play on the Mighty Ducks in the movie, by God, they should let them play if they want to. But it's a thing of assumed risk. If a gal's out there playing the hockey, or she's kicking the ball, or she's doing whatever, she's assuming that risk. Well, then I think I draw the line on the fighting. That's where the refs would be like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I could see a girl mix it up with some of these guys out there. I could see a girl mixing it up.
It's one of those things where, like, if you're wired to be a hocky player, you're wired to be a hockey player.
Nobody's wired to hit a woman.
The NHL optics of it.
I get that, but hockey fights are different. It's sort of like what you always say all the time. We'll fisticuffs, and then I'll buy you a beer, or we'll sit down and we'll part friends eventually.
Well, look at the optics, though. You go over there, you grab your opponent, and you're trying to pull their shirt off. Well, dear God, you can't do that these days. If it's a woman, you're like, could you sign this consent form for me to pull your jersey up over your head? I got to get a hold of your sweater here. Can we do this? Is that okay?
Yeah,
and then
I see what you're saying.
You start punching her, and of course, she's gonna, if she's a real hockey player, she's gonna use every advantage and go, why would you hit? And then I'm so sorry. And then she's gonna pop you, and you're not looking. It's just, I just don't think you can have the fight aspect if you have women in hockey.
I agree, but checks are. I was watching the Stanley Cup.
Checks fair.
Checks are sometimes vicious, man. Vicious checks. So there's a girl out there on the ice, or several women on the ice. You go in to check one in the corner, especially if she's going in, head first, trying to get a puck out of the zone, and you just lay the wood to her. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's just one of
those.
Maybe
lay the wood to her is not the right way to put that
phrasing. All right,
might want to try with a.
All right, you got me.
I'm just like, look, the NHL
wood tour
optically is not going to go for that. Regardless.
Well, I think checking is one thing. That's part of the sport.
Oh yeah, I mean
physically able. And if there's any dirty play, it's a dirty play whether you're a man or a woman. It's just right there at the fisticuffs part where you throw down the gloves and you start fighting. They just got to stop.
Yeah,
that.
The physicality is not the problem. It's literally we take the gloves off. I grab your collar, you grab my collar, and if you're a woman in front of me, I don't know, I can't just continue with that punch. I don't have that. It
goes one way or the other. It goes with you taking an ass kicking because you can't hit a woman, or you're like, well, I can't lose to this woman.
Well,
and then things get real ugly.
There were some precedents set ahead of time, though. Wayne Gretzky, one of the greatest hockey players, if not the greatest of all time, he was not a fighter. He would not get involved in fights. Doesn't matter if his team got involved in a fight, he would not go out there and participate in the fight. Caught a lot of criticism for that. So you could see a woman skater not being involved in some of these fights. They would have guys that would antagonize him, and then the team would employ these goons to go out there and take out these antagonizers.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that in the moment.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Where a fight starts to happen in the moment.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Blissful Hayes says, why isn't there a female pro baseball league? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because they divert girls at a young age to softball. And so they're not learning baseball the way the men play baseball. And so there's not enough of a pool of people who can. But I would almost guarantee you, if you taught women baseball the same way you teach men baseball, eventually you could have a pro female baseball league. And you know what? I think a lot more people would watch that than WNBA.
What's a female baseball league?
All right, okay. I'm just going to erase that because I realized after I just said that, that's probably not true. I would watch that before I'd watch WNBA. How's that? I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Would you rather watch female pro baseball or female pro basketball? I know your answer, Keon. We already know.
Okay, yeah, I'm a basketball fan, so I would watch it. Yeah.
What do you say, Randy?
I mean, I think it would be interesting. I enjoy watching the softball. I enjoy watching the softball playoffs, the collegiate level playoffs. Sometimes you'll see some pro teams back east. They'll be in a league. I like watching softball. I'd probably watch female baseball.
Sure. For the movie League of Their Own, they were playing baseball.
That was
they
back
stepped up to do it. And that means women are capable of doing it. And if we were instead of diverting young girls, like, all right, little girl, you go play softball. We're playing baseball. Get everybody playing baseball. You know what I'm saying? You get everybody playing baseball.
But as far as like a mixed team,
well,
I like a co-ed team. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that would fly.
That's two different conversations. I'm talking about if you want to have female pro baseball league, then that's how that has to happen. But I'm also saying if there is a woman out there who can step up and try out and play as well as the guys, they should let her play in the Major League Baseball if she's good enough to do that. Let her go up through the minors and all that other stuff too. And it's not just a gimmick. If there is a woman good enough to play, she should be allowed to play. Because there's nothing in baseball that is inherently man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing about it except for scratching
take my sports like that and
scratching your crotch a little bit. I mean, they can scratch a crotch too. Fed Fan says I would watch female baseball more than basketball. There you go. See, just saying. I don't have all the answers here, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it would work. I think it would work. Sure,
but it's going to take time because everybody's pushing girls to play softball. Why not baseball? I don't know. All right, listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, we have learned more about what the Nets' expectations are for a trade, involving Kevin Durant. And I think when we have this conversation, you'll find out why the Suns have not already welcomed Kevin Durant with open arms. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert. After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong. Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround? How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. 640 or online, lundmortgage.com.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Big weekend of golf happening. If you're a golf fan, the Open is happening this weekend. Tiger will be out there. You also have other events that are going on here in the States for the guys that did not qualify for the Open. You can step up to the tee and take a swing at betting the PGA Tour on the FanDuel Sportsbook. And right now, new customers can bet the tour with no sweat first bets. And if you don't win, you get up to $1,000 back in free bets. They've always got great promotions. They have a safe and secure environment, safe and secure app. Nobody's going to get your private data. And when you win, you get paid fast. I like, got to tell you, in the Open, I like Rory McIlroy. I think lately he's been swinging the good club. His game seems to be in a good place. We'll have to see how that turns out. That's on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. I might go put some money on Rory. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just download the app, sign up using promo code Randy1580. That'll get you started with your no sweat first bet up to $1,000. The FanDuel Sportsbook official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Promo code Randy1580. Got to be 21 or older. Present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeff, go.
So did you see what Will Halitosis did there the other day?
Will Halitosis?
I'm sorry, Will Zalatoris.
Okay.
So here's what's happening as they're playing there in the Genesis Scottish Open. I guess Matt Fitzpatrick and Will Halitosis are playing in the same group after they finished 1 and 2 at the U.S. Open.
All right.
And the conditions weren't great. But so one thing did happen. Zalatoris chips a ball and it kind of whooped off the cup, and it came to rest exactly on Fitzpatrick's ball marker.
Oh boy.
You see that right there?
Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm.
I don't think you see that very often.
No.
Also, that dude's ball marker, I believe, is a Las Vegas casino chip.
Could be. They use a lot of stuff out there.
Anyway, that seems kind of miraculous, doesn't it? Just
It
like,
does.
wow,
Yeah.
how did, and so their balls were in exactly the same place at the same time.
It's always nice to line up your balls at the same time with your buddy.
Not, I mean, of course, it was a
Anytime
marker.
you can get your balls lined
the balls
up in the,
weren't in the same place
at the same time with your pal or your golfing partner. I mean, that's really something.
Well, their balls weren't there at the same time. First, Fitzpatrick's ball was there. Then Zalatoris' ball was there. But
it's like
right
fate
there.
brought the balls together. You know what I'm saying?
Fate has brought their balls together. You are correct. But that does not normally happen. I am being told now that the Coyotes have picked Logan Cooley, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Logan
Yeah, there we
Cooley
go.
is your next Arizona Coyote. Now, when's the next pick that we get, Keon? How long until? I heard we had a bunch of them.
We got a bunch.
Yeah, I'll take a look here because I know that they've got 10 more picks in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I don't know if they have any more in the first.
I think we do. I think we have 2 more or 3 more.
So there you go, though, Randy. Your wish is their command. Logan Cooley is now a Coyote.
Might be.
They pick again at 27, and then they've got the last pick in the first round at 32.
Hefty Lefty says, release the sweater puppies. Damn right, Hefty Lefty. Twitty says, I love the irony of a guy who line drives a woman saying he'd feel guilty if he was in a fight with a woman in a hockey game. First off, I did not mean to break her nose. And I was thinking of her as a player. And that's the other thing. That was equal rights at its best. I hit a line drive at what I thought was the best shot to scream and jump out of the way, not take it to the face. And I felt horrible about that. So there's no irony. I felt horrible about, I I felt about the impact, about her screaming and her bleeding, her months of recuperation and surgeries.
Oh my God.
I felt bad that every time I'd walk by her at church, she gave me a look. It was, that was not a good thing. No, and there's
at least
no
she
irony.
didn't shy away from you.
No, there is no irony. You can accidentally hit a line drive at somebody. You cannot accidentally get into a fist fight with another person.
I hit it directly at her. I did mean to hit it towards her. I didn't mean to
but you
destroy
didn't.
her
But
face.
but I don't think you meant to choose her particularly. She was just standing.
No,
in a
I
spot
did.
That was...
I did pick her out because she was a weak player.
I'm trying to help you here, man.
No, I really thought she'd, oh my God. And then she would go, and like get out of the way. I didn't. And then I was younger too. I should have known better. She was just out there on a nice sunny day, good weather, kind of like, oh, look, birds. Oh, my nose. And that was, I shouldn't have done that. It was, but I didn't mean to. But so there's no irony. I don't want to break somebody's nose with a line drive. And I don't think I'd feel comfortable in a fight with a woman in a hockey game until she hit me. Then I could change my mind. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was like, how far is he going to go?
I'm not going there. So no, there's no irony. Blissful Hayes says Coolio is drafted by the Coyotes. You're about to lose your mind up in here.
Yeah.
Good Cat says fate has brought their balls together. Heat and sweat bring mine together. Okay, that's more.
They make a powder for that.
Just you probably needed to just take your golf balls and put them into a box so they don't do that. Big George, it's not breaking news. We just said it out loud. He says
about the balls or
about the fact that they chose Logan Cooley over Shane Wright.
Yeah. I believe in Bill Armstrong. I believe he knows what he's doing. He built a championship team in St. Louis. Hopefully, we remember the Blues. He was the engineer that put that team together. So he's got his work picked out for him here. And look, you got 3 first-round picks. You did something right, man.
Or wrong.
Well, to have 3, one of those, you're the first pick that they had, that 3rd overall. That's you being wrong. But the other 2 are picks. 27 was a pick from the Canadians, and the 32nd pick was a pick from the Avalanche. So that was just, hey, during the season, move players, try and collect picks, and try and build a team that can compete in the future.
I believe it's
Canadians listening?
Avalanche.
Do we have any Canadians listening? If you're a Canadian, please show yourself.
Avalanche.
I want to ask you some questions. I want to see if you're up to no good. Because I'm pretty sure the Canadians are very, very nice, but I also feel like they're up to no good. And I just want to feel comfortable if you're a Canadian and you're listening to the show right now.
And this pick was from the Montreal Canadiens, so that's the French Canada. Those are the worst Canadians, honestly.
What the hell are you people
Avalanche.
up to? So if you're Canadian and listening, please chime in, say hello. Hefty Lefty says Shorzy would have told Will and Matt to give them a tug. Yep, that's right. 888-368-1580. All right, so keep us up to date on whatever the Coyotes end up with in the old NHL draft. Right now, let's talk about what's going on with the Suns' hope of ever getting Kevin Durant in a Suns uniform. And I'll tell you, the biggest obstacle right now is the Nets themselves. The Nets are asking a ridiculous amount for Kevin Durant. So they wanted from the Timberwolves. They're like, hey, in fact, the Nets called them, said, hey, you want Kevin Durant? They're like, yeah. Okay, so here's what it's going to take. We'll give you Kevin Durant. Yeah. And you give us Anthony Edwards. Okay. And Karl Anthony Towns. What? And 4 future first-round draft picks. Yeah. Hello. All right. Hello. Hello. I think there's a problem with the line. It's Midwest. Maybe there was a tornado. I don't know. Nobody wants a deal like that. That was too much. That was out of line.
The whole point of getting Kevin Durant, especially if you're the Heat, the Timberwolves, the Suns, you're playoff teams already. You're trying to get over the hump to get to a championship. The Nets are asking you to cripple your entire team just to get Kevin Durant, which defeats the purpose of getting Kevin Durant. What are they doing?
So if they're asking the Timberwolves for that, I can't even imagine what they asked the Suns for.
Can we get Devin Booker and Cam Johnson?
No.
And we'll take the under 8 and 2 in that signing trade, and maybe a couple of picks.
We'll take Chris Paul while we're at it. Why not?
Let's just take your team.
Yeah, you send us Kevin Durant. I mean, we'll send you Kevin Durant. Just put your entire team on a bus. Okay? Well, we don't want to pay airfare, so just get them on the bus. The Nets are playing a game, and the game they're playing is, hey, Kevin, we tried. And you are worth so much. You are worth so much. We were not going to let you go. Don't you agree? Well, yeah, of course I agree, because I have an ego. I agree. Yeah, you're right. So let's just try to make it work, buddy. I think that's what they're working on right now.
I think Kevin Durant is smarter than that. I think he knows what kind of games are going. He's been around this league for a while. I think he knows, and I think he has another card to play. And I think we'll see them play. I think he'll sit out. If he doesn't want to play for the Nets, you might have me under contract, but guess what? I don't need your money. Don't want to be here.
Yeah, but he's got a legacy that I think might be more important to him. You might be right. Maybe he feels like, how old is he, by the way? Is he 30 what? I mean, he
was 33.
Can he sit out a year and still really come back the same guy? I mean, because once you get older, it's harder.
Yeah, he's 33.
Done that, man. He's won the championship. He's won the MVP.
Yeah, but a lot of people criticize, and he hears those criticisms, and he wants a legit one. You know what I mean? He wants to not feel like, oh, I walked into the Warriors and they were already winning championships, and then I went over to the Nets. Nothing good happened. You know what I'm saying? He needs a legit championship in his mind for his legacy. So if he starts to feel old father time over here, the Nets can't seem to move him over there. He's going to start to give maybe I'll just show up. Maybe I'll play. What do you think, Keon?
Yeah, I think that Kevin Durant, he's one of those guys with the bat ears. He hears everything, every little nick and criticism. And I think he tried to build something in Brooklyn, like what he saw in Golden State. But the Nets were not as open to working with him because it's a players kind of team that the Warriors have. The players have input in that organization, not ultimate input. They're going to make moves without the players too, but there's a back and forth. There's a dialogue. And I think Kevin got to Brooklyn, thought it was going to be that way, and then realized the Nets kind of had other ideas. Their general manager, Sean Marks, didn't necessarily want that input from Durant or Kyrie for that matter. And I think that for him, he thought that was how it was going to be when he got there. Maybe that's how he understood their conversations. But
everybody watches LeBron being the GM from the court, and not everybody gets that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something that every team does, and I think LeBron does a really good job of vetting who's going to kiss his ass when he shows up. Kevin got there, and the situation changed, but I do think that he's aware of, if I hold out, if I don't play, if I look too much like Ben Simmons, who is on my team right now, that's a worse look for me than if I just play with the Nets and we struggle. So I think he's probably going to show up.
Well, yeah, he's got to, I don't know.
And his trade value doesn't go up. We've already seen this happen with the guys that have sat out. Your trade value doesn't go up when you sit out.
But it does seem like the Nets are sort of asking too much where they know that he'll still be sitting there. And we're going to keep him. We're going to keep him. He'll come around. He'll play. They're not being realistic about what they want in exchange. Hefty Lefty says, I play that same negotiation game with the people who text me asking to buy my house. I tell them I'll listen to a cash offer if it's 2.5 times the estimated value. I haven't gotten a response back yet.
It's smart though. They go right away. But yeah, I think that's what I agree with you, that the Nets are going to say that they tried. I also agree with Randy that Kevin's not going to believe them. But I just don't know what recourse he has. He's under a contract where he's got 3 more years left in the deal.
Twitty, says, to be fair, Jeffrey, taking a line drive in the face is a recreational hazard. Yes. Well, I mean, I felt horrible. You always feel bad when you hurt someone. But I said earlier in the show, if a woman wants to play with the boys and she's good enough, well, by God, let her. But she needs to accept the possibility of injury. And I'm sure they know that. They're not dumb. And they see what it's all about. And I'm sure they would sign up for that. That poor church secretary did not.
She was playing a recreational game, and
yeah, and it's like I felt like a Fokker in Meet the Fockers, where Ben Stiller spikes the volleyball in that girl's face, and everybody's like, "You're a jerk." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't mean, So, all right, guys, 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Yes! Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs. Protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Back then, we'd spend nights in front of the boob tube. We'd take our same seats, smoke cigarettes, and watch until the station played. We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got old Keon Rhodes there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And so here's the thing, Randy. They're saying, according to Big George, that the free fall for Shane Wright continues. Why are people passing on Shane Wright? Why did the Coyotes go with Senior Cooley instead? Of course, NHL draft grade analysis is a B+ for that. So why did they pass on Shane Wright?
Well, I mean, why does anybody pass? Why do teams do what they do? And I think the Coyotes, Bill Armstrong, and the organization just feel like they felt stronger getting Cooley in their lineup and passing on Wright. And so again, this happens in the NBA. It happens in the NFL. We see it all too often. Guys we expect to go top 3, top 4 end up going, in the second round sometimes, or way late in the first round. Why does anybody drop? Does he have maybe an injury that we don't know about? Maybe he's got some sort of a situation that we don't know about yet. And it'll come out later. And the scouts do their jobs, and they just grade this, Cooley higher than the rest of the guys. So.
And source is telling me right now that the word on Shane Wright is he once line drived a softball into a church secretary's face.
Oh, well, I mean, there you
20
go.
years ago.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's got a bad history. Yeah.
That's why.
It's a shame. But I did see some reports about Shane Wright. I was looking up some stuff in break, and the scouts were kind of turning on him, not just Arizona's scouts, but the scouts from a lot of teams picking in the top 5, top 6. And they didn't give like an explanation that any of these teams have released, but that a lot of scouts started moving him down the board from number 1 prospect to maybe 10. And that's shocking to a lot of people, but we don't exactly know why. So like Randy said, maybe that those details come out later, but this wasn't just a today decision. This was a decision that a lot of scouts were making prior to today.
Mm-hmm.
888-368-1580. Fighting Wampus, he said this earlier. He says, have you guys seen the Aaron Rodgers new tattoo? You'd think he plays for the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, everybody's, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers got a tattoo. His first tattoo ever. Now, I have a picture of it right here. You see that right there?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't see the camera, so I got to pull it back down. I'll describe it to you for you people who are not watching on the video.
Mm-hmm.
So his first tattoo, he says, there's a deep and meaningful story and connection to absolutely each element of this art piece. And I'll share a little more about that one day. But for now, he goes on to thank people, and evidently he's into astrology and the elements. So
who would have guessed?
Here we all thought Shailene Woodley was the weird one. Maybe he was the witch, but so he's got some constellations. I'm going to start from the top down, and then there is a circle below that, and there's constellations, some Greek letters. Then there is the eyeball that's on the dollar bill. Okay, the eyeball on the dollar bill, and then you got 2 lions on either side. One is looking majestic and peaceful. The other one's I'm angry. That could speak to the duality of Aaron Rodgers, maybe. I don't know. And then below that, in another circle, just a picture of some ocean water. It's not still and calm, but it's also not waves. It's a little bit of ripples going there. And then underneath that, is that supposed to be a bird, you think? What is that right there? What is that supposed to be?
I thought it was supposed to be some kind of open book with all the pages kind of sticking out.
Oh, yeah, could be that. Could be that. Could be a bird. Maybe knowledge.
Could be that
power.
too. Yeah.
So we don't know what this whole thing, means, except for, if you had Shailene Woodley as the weird one, you might have been mistaken. You may have gotten that wrong. So do we have any ideas? What do you think that this tattoo really signifies, Keon? If you can see that there, what do you feel like the tattoo signifies?
Oh, boy, I do think that there's you said the duality thing. I think that there's some of that there. I don't know if Aaron's taking that as his own personality or just the life or football. Who knows?
There's no footballs in this tattoo.
No,
lots of little lines and circles and things connecting things, and it is really well done. But of course, what if it's not real? What if he's screwing with us? And this is just somebody photoshopped this thing, and that's not, because you notice it's not at all red. It's not at all, but that looks like it's been there for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah. But he might have gotten it, who knows how long ago, and he's just now revealing it. I have no idea. It's Aaron Rodgers. You literally cannot tell.
It is very nicely. If it's real, it's very well done. And yes, there's so many layers to that. I don't know if anybody. We lost Randy on the feed there for a minute, but I think he's back on. Randy, what do you interpret this artwork on Aaron Rodgers' arm, his very first tattoo? What do you think? What do you think it means? Does it mean anything to you?
I have no clue. The all-seeing eye and the roaring lion from the east is talking to the mellow lion from the west, and the oceans are parting, and there's a giant
Bird,
fan
a
on
book
the
bird. It's a book bird.
The wind, the book bird, is flapping his wings, and the winds are blowing through the earth now.
It just reminds me of a lot of the symbols and stuff in the Da Vinci Code. That's what it reminds me of.
I wonder for Aaron, if he's sitting there, he looks down. I wonder if the eyeball blinks. You know, just like, or even just winks at him, like, stop. Whatever.
Depends on how much tequila he's had that evening.
Yeah, whatever mushrooms or tequila or whatever it is he does that makes him think, you know what I need on my arm? I need this thing. That looks like somebody, honestly, somebody talented. Somebody drew that on a trapper keeper. Remember that? Just like, it's just the hell does this mean? But I'll tell you what,
something deep, something very cogent.
It's very nice. It's very mysterious. You know, I wonder if the roaring lion was Danica Patrick and Shailene Woodley was the nice lion.
Could be.
And the water was where he drowned Natalie Wood.
There's the connection.
He might have been the one who murdered Natalie Wood back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s.
I think it was the 60s, but
it was the 60s. It was 1980 something or 70 something. Look at that. When did Natalie Wood die? I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's the late 70s, early 80s. When was it, Keon? Come on.
Yeah, I just looked up Aaron Rodgers first. He was born in 83, so I don't know if it's him.
Are you trying to remove him as a suspect? I didn't ask you to do that. By God, if I can place him on the scene of the crime, I want an arrest made. Because look, evidence right there. Water.
81. So 2 years before he was born.
81 is when Natalie Wood died.
But if you look at this, he could have time traveled. That's in here. That's in here. It's in the tattoo.
The book bird has been following him through eternity.
You can't just put this out there on social media and not tell us the hell it means. You know what I mean?
You can if you're Aaron Rodgers.
He is his own dude, man. He is his own dude.
And which arm was this? Left or right? That's something they're not saying. He put his arm out. He doesn't tell you which left hand. I mean, because the right arm, if the one he throws the football with, then that's the arrow to remind him this. Throw it this way. Throw it, that way. Because that's the hand is down here. The hand is down
high. You have it too high. It looks like a left arm to me.
Well, I don't know if you can determine that. This
looks like a left arm to me.
He's got little lady legs. It could be the back of his leg. I don't know. Half you left. He says Rodgers and Kyrie have been hanging out a lot, I guess. Yeah. Good Cat says, while we're at it, Aaron Rodgers and not Kennedy killed that lady in the Chappaquiddick River.
Could be.
We should look into that. I think it's very important we do. Yeah, we know we got it, Big George, 1981. So, yeah. Couldn't have been Aaron Rodgers, but it could have been Brett Favre. It could have been Brett Favre. I'm going to put that crime on a Green Bay Packer if it's the last thing I ever do. Fowler 51 says, hey, I'm pretty sure this means he wants to play for the Lions. Yeah, that's what Fighting Wampus said. Just because you have Lions on you doesn't mean you want to play for the Lions. You see any kneecaps getting bit on there? No, he does not want to play for the Lions. I'm sorry. It's a hell of a tattoo. If you're going to wait a long time and get a tattoo, that's
the one you want right there.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that's the one I want. I'm just saying it's a hell of a tattoo.
It's incredibly detailed and it looks aesthetically, it looks really good.
I think it's his left arm.
Why do you think that?
I have a feeling.
I don't see an L on there.
No.
Although that would be funny if there was. Oh yeah, it's left. Yeah. So it's going to bother me now not knowing. I don't know why. It bothers me not knowing what this whole damn thing means. I imagine there's people out there who are going to be able to look at this tattoo and decipher it. We got to get Tom Hanks on the phone, or that little French girl he ran around in the Da Vinci Code with. We got to figure. I want to know, because there's a couple of different constellations indicating different people. You know what I'm saying? So it seems to be three that I can pull out of this. I'd like to know who drew it for him. What inspired this?
Perhaps a book. Or a really good trip on some mushrooms.
That definitely happened. This off season, it happened for sure. I not from any source. I just
like a fungi trip. It was a fungi trip.
Intern in the main event says Aaron Rodgers' tattoo is gorgeous, but knowing how crazy he is, might have just got it to remember which one's lefty loosey and which one's righty tighty. That's what I was thinking. I wonder if there's an L or an R on there somewhere to help him with that as well. I don't know. Kyle G says, sorry, Jeffrey, I was typing out the Durant text in case it came up later, and I hit send without thinking. Well, I'll read it now. I got to see what the hell you said. Not a lot of teams can afford Kevin Durant. It'll either gut their team. Two teams, I think, can afford Durant, in which he'd fit well, are the Hawks. They'd have to trade either Murray or Young, though, or the Clippers. They have plenty of picks and bench guys to give.
Yeah, the Hawks are trying to be good for many, many, many years. They looked at the Warriors. The GM used to work for the Warriors. They're not giving up Young or Murray to get Kevin Durant.
You guys are way off the mark here. I'm going to tell you who's going to land Kevin Durant.
I didn't even say.
I'm going to tell you guys who's going to. I already know this. I know this. The damn Sacramento Kings will land Kevin Durant.
I have a feeling he could say no to that.
You talk about legacy, a guy that could go to Sacramento and turn a franchise around, win a championship, and he could just ride off into the sunset.
If Kevin Durant wins a championship in Sacramento, that's
that
like
middle
5.
digit just flying high. See all y'all later.
He's the greatest basketball player of all time because that's worth 5 rings.
You'll put him right above Michael Jordan.
We are talking about an organization who hung their Summer League championship banner. You would be the greatest basketball player who ever lived.
It's going to happen.
Stop bringing the banner thing up. I'm a Colts fan. Please don't.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
but you don't have the Summer League thing.
Kevin Durant in one of the greatest blockbuster trades. Nobody saw it coming ever. And I called it here first. The Philadelphia 76ers will be involved. The Golden State Warriors. Money will change hands. Small countries will be overtaken by other countries. And Kevin Durant will end up in Sacramento.
I think the Raptors have enough to trade for Kevin Durant by themselves and not gut their roster.
I want to get on
it here first.
I want to get on one of my betting apps, and I want to bet on that. I want to put $1 on Sacramento being on the off chance it actually happened. I could spare the $1. Fed fan says, I bet Aaron Rodgers thinks he's a god. I think that's what this tattoo means. So what a narcissist, egomaniac nut job.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to read all that into it, but
maybe the dude just wanted a cool tattoo. Maybe he just wanted a tattoo, man.
Or maybe
he's Aaron Rodgers. It's not like he needs a conversation starter with the ladies. You know what I mean? There's your conversation starter.
Well,
I'm Aaron Rodgers.
Have you
know,
seen
you don't
him lately?
need the tattoo.
I mean, he looks a little more organic than he used to. You know,
women
what I mean?
are good at one thing. They can look in your eyes. They can see through you right to your wallet. They know who he is, whether he's shaggy beach Aaron Rodgers or clean cut Aaron Rodgers. They know his net worth. It's on Google. So trust me, he doesn't need the conversation starter. He ain't trying to pick up chicks with this tattoo.
No, the answer to this is very easy. Aaron Rodgers is a hippie, and that's a hippie tattoo if ever I saw one.
I can smell the patchouli oil from here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's plain and simple. Aaron Rodgers just put hippie imagery on himself because he's a hippie. That's it. I don't know. I don't think it's that complicated.
The elements. Hefty Lefty says, he's he sent that picture of that woman trying to figure stuff out with math. Jeffrey trying to figure out the Rodgers tattoo. All of us trying to figure it out. Good Cat says, Randy, you're wrong. Durant is not going to the Kings. Somehow LaDouche James will get Durant over to the Flakers.
No,
impossible because they've got a bunch of contracts nobody wants.
No,
that is the.
Yeah,
the Lakers would love
Jeannie
for
Buss
someone to
might
train.
I'll pay all the luxury tax.
Well, if here's the thing, the Lakers would love for somebody to trade and gut their entire team. It's a bad team.
Yeah.
But no one's going to do that for them. No one is doing that favor for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm calling it here first. You guys want to make bets on it? It's okay with me.
I'm making a bet on
it. Damn Sacramento Kings.
I already bet on it.
One of the greatest NBA trades ever to happen. It'll involve MLB teams. It'll involve the damn hockey. The universe will shift as we know it. and KD will end up with the damn Sacramento Key. You watch. It's going to be you think is a blockbuster. Hell no. This is going to be an earth mover.
I am not disagreeing with you, Randy, but I want to know, what are the odds? Because I'm betting on it.
About 1,000,000 to 1.
Well, the odds per the DraftKings right now have the Suns at plus 130 in the front seat there. Nets at plus 250 to keep Durant. Raptors at plus 380. Heat at plus 1,400. And then, the numbers start to get more astronomical from there. They didn't even list the Kings in this.
What? You can't even bet on them?
You could probably still bet on them, but they put the top the top odds on this particular site here. But they are citing DraftKings. So you can go over and check and see if they did. I don't think DraftKings would leave a team off there because they'd love to just take your money.
Well, I had a hard time getting to DraftKings, so I'm going to FanDuel. Somebody look it up on FanDuel. I want to bet on DraftKings. Somebody find that for me.
At some point during this gargantuan trade that's going to happen, Kevin Durant will become a Cleveland Brown and a Montreal Canadian in one day and end up in Sacramento. That's all I'm going to say. This is going to be an absolute earth mover.
Fair enough. I'll bet on that too. I don't even care. But I do want to know what the odds are, or if you can even do this on FanDuel. So you're Mr. FanDuel, Randy. Find that for me. I went to my DraftKings and I had to do an update. And then they wanted my password, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't know that off the top of my head. I got to go find that. So I want to make this bet right now. Cowboy Sparky says Aaron Rodgers has tattoos. Well, no, he has a tattoo. He goes, oh, I wouldn't know that. I'm busy looking at his awesome mustache.
Oh, jeez.
Nobody's judging. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe. Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
Are your kids enrolled in school? Their future depends on what they're learning right now. Find an Arizona school near you at azed.gov. Make sure your kids get the academic support they need. Plus, give them community care whenever it's crucial, with meal programs, counseling, and more. Find an Arizona school near you at azed.gov or call 602-542-7378. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Admit it, you love the action. You love the excitement.
For a touchdown.
You love the big plays.
Right sideline, the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5, rock and roll, touchdown.
And you love the big hits. So do we. The NFL. We've got the games you want and the info you need. Listen for the latest 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
right, so I got into my DraftKings here. Where did you find that that bet about Kevin Durant? I can't find it. Where do you go for that? You're having a hell of a time here.
Yeah, I found a list of it on the site, so I'll dig through the DraftKings myself. And
I sat down. I thought, oh, it's my password. I was like, oh, that's right, password, and it worked. So I just want to, I want to make a bet. So help me out. 888-368-1580. Fed Fan says, according to Google, the third eye means inner vision and enlightenment beyond what the physical eye sees. But like I said, nut job. That's supposed to be the third eye. I always thought the third eye was slower and lower. 888-368-1580. So, all right, let's talk about, I've often, taken a moment to tell you what is a sport and what is not a sport. Randy and I and the Daily Blender, years ago, we took a lot of time and we deliberated every single thing that we could get our hands on to determine. And we have a guide. I'm holding it right here, Randy. You remember this?
Yes.
Not a sport. It is a sport, or it's just an athletic competition, because not every athletic competition could be considered a sport, not properly. So, one of the things that has really, as Keon likes to say, gotten my craw over the years is they keep putting stupid crap in the Olympics that aren't sports.
Oh, no. What have they done now?
Well, but now they might be getting one that I can get behind. So I guess the NFL is working hard because they want to see flag football in the Olympics. And at first I'm like, oh, come on. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
You were all what? You were like, oh, come on.
At first I'm like, oh, come on. That's not it. Oh, wait. It's not like the NFL that I love, but it's football of a sort. It's fun. It fits as a sport. Why? Well, I mean, everything you need to declare it a sport is right there. It's a watered down version of the sport we love.
Why don't they just play regular football? Why has it got to be
the equipment restrained? You can get anybody a football and some flags and some cones and play flag football, which means that makes it easier for people from any country to come and play. But if you start trying to put all that equipment on it, then it becomes financially less feasible. But it's fun. Nobody's getting concussions. Nobody's getting tackled. You get to see some guys running and throwing and passing.
Unless you play the Australian team from Australia, they mistaken flag football for rugby.
Yeah, they got to keep saying it's not rugby. Please don't hurt us.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, this is not the worst idea. Why is this an idea that the NFL wants to get behind? Because it's another outreach to let people around the world know this American football we play is pretty damn cool. And this is, kids play that before they play, any kind of organized, contact football. Kids play that. The NFL play 60 thing they've been doing for years. They play the flag football, then they go to junior high and they put on the pads and do the real thing. And then in high school, they do the real, and it goes from there. So I actually, at first I was like, well, that's dumb. It's like watching Arizona play all the time. And, and you're right, Cowboy Sparky, Arizona would fall into that category. But I guess got to say, as far as if they're going to pervert Olympic sports with all these non-sports. Yeah. In fact, even Troy Vincent says flag football would be much easier to export to the world for both men and women than tackle football. And they say, of course, this is where I part ways with him. He says, when we talk about the future of the game of football, it is in no question flag. Wait, don't you work for the NFL? No, it's not flag. Flag is not the future. Flag is the starter. Flag is that little hit of the drug they give you for free, and then later, oh my God, and now you're hooked. You're doing real football.
I don't know, Jeffrey. I don't know if Troy Vincent is saying flag football is the future of the NFL.
God, I hope he's. But you know what? Old people are wrong a lot.
I just hope he's just lying. He's just. That's what you got to say.
There's two lions on Aaron Rodgers' forearm.
True.
Whatever the case, I don't mind it being in the Olympics. At first, I was like, now I'm like, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I could dig it. I think they need to get rid of some of this stuff in the Olympics, like, I don't know, ribbon waving. What the hell is that?
That's
event?
not a sport. Yeah, ribbon dancing. That's got to go.
Yeah, get that the hell out of here.
I don't know what that was called, but
it's where you get out there with like a horse whip and you tie like a ribbon on
it's
the
a party
end.
ribbon and it's long and you dance and you twirl it.
Yeah,
You've never seen that, Keon?
They call that an Olympic sport.
Yeah. I really don't think I have.
It's a real thing. I'm not making it up.
I don't think you are. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, YouTube it. Go ahead. Watch YouTube of ribbon dancing in the Olympics.
What they should do is turn that into a Winter Olympic sport. You get some of them dancer types on some skis with that ribbon, and it's above their head. You get those cross country shooter guys out there, and they're shooting at the ribbons out there. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying there? That's a new one. That's a now, and I could get behind that event right there.
Might be a bad look these days. You know, you start taking out a couple. You start taking out a couple.
You take out the ribbons, man.
Well, yeah, but accidents will happen, especially if you've got live targets.
Well, I didn't mean the air gun, the air gun things. You know, where they're going through the forest. Yeah, maybe. BB guns. Yeah,
paintball work.
Paintball. There. Sure. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking.
But you have to understand something, Randy. Let's say that we're in the Olympics because I have a pretty good shot with a paintball. I'm going to say the next sentence, and then it's a true sentence. I once shot a prison guard in the throat at 100 yards.
Well, I don't know. You're allowed to shoot guys in the throat. Isn't that why you wear masks?
It's a real story. We all had the gear on. We were out in the forest, and these are prison guards that joined. I wasn't in prison. And I just had a miraculous shot where he just happened to be there, and I got the jump on him. And it just, I was shooting for his face, but it hit him in the throat. And so that's, I just loved that.
Did he lock you up?
He wanted to. He was not happy, but it wasn't like I did it on purpose, you know. Anyway, a lot of church outing injuries. And so the point is, it hurts. It hurts like hell. But here's the thing. Let's say we're in this competition, right, Randy? And we're losing. And we know we're not going to medal, but we're up.
Yeah.
Don't act like I'm not going to take a shot at the ribbon dancer.
All right.
You're supposed to hit the ribbon.
I missed.
It would be the highlight of the Olympics, you know, because it's not going to hurt in here. Just a little welt, you know.
Oh, see, now there's what Chris Sale should have done. Instead of beating up the uniforms in the hallway there, you give him a couple of those paintball guns. You let him go out and take it out on the crowd. You see, now everybody's getting involved.
Wow.
You see what I mean?
Everybody's getting involved. Two things. One, this is not the time for that.
Paintballs.
Some bad things have happened lately. I know, but still, it's coming out of a gun. And the other thing, we're in a day and age where people in the crowd are going to return fire, and it won't be a paintball.
No, that's true.
And
all the way around is a bad idea.
Take your family out to the ballpark, the Worcester, whatever they're called, some AAA baseball action, and then next thing you know, Chris Sale is
peppering the crowd with paint.
It's not a good look.
Well, I mean, what did the uniforms do? You know, the crowd was probably heckling them. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself a major leaguer? See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the guy who's yelling that is unscathed, the poor 95-year-old woman who's just happy to be at a game. It's not a giant welt over her eyebrow or something.
You know how it was in school. The guy saying all of the, doing all the heckling, saying all the crap is not the person that actually gets hit. Unfortunately, it's some other random bystander that's, what did I do? And then, get
well, I have a simple solution. Look, if you're going to go to the game, you're going to heckle the players. You got to wear like an orange vest. See what I'm saying? You wear an orange vest, so that way when they come out with the paintball guns, they know who it is.
Well, then I'd be over here, not in orange vest, saying some horrific things to people just to see a guy in the orange vest get nailed. There are a lot of problems with what we were trying to propose here, but let's go back to flag football. I actually like it. I think it's a good idea. I don't agree that it should be the future of football, but the Olympics were on. I'd watch this. I would watch this.
All right.
You know,
but you won't watch the USFL, but you'll watch this.
Yes, you are correct. This would be better than USFL.
For the same reason that the Rattlers are fun to watch. It's its own thing. Flag football is not the NFL. And so
they're saying it is.
Well, they're saying it might become that one day, which I hope we never get there. But flag football is its own game. And so it's got its own little skill sets and things that you need to do to be good at that sport. But there's enough in common with football that you can jump in and have fun right away watching.
I don't see
and
a
it
difference
sounds like a good idea because we're America, and we should win and dominate that competition. But what will probably happen is some little monks from Nepal will show up and just be electric, and we're gonna be like, "What the hell, Nepal? Flag football is stupid."
Well, that's when we then make the proposal to start sending NFL players, like what happened in basketball when sure was the U.S. cheated and they lost in basketball, yeah, but their response to that was we're going to send Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley at you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think the video before the matches of the Nepalese monks, they'll be up on the side of the mountain. Playing flag football like on an incline, walking across the rice paper,
the rice paddy fields,
holding the cauldron of hot stuff like in Kung Fu. I can't wait to watch that promo video.
Sign me up.
In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to root for two teams: United States and Nepal.
And Nepal.
You'd watch. King Kitten says it's rhythmic gymnastics is the official name. So of the ribbon dancing silliness,
rhythmic right out of the competition.
And by the way, for your DraftKings, you got to go to basketball odds, NBA odds, and then they have player next team, and you click that, and you get Kevin Durant odds. That's how
you said that all pretty fast. Can you email me that, please?
Yes.
Thanks. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm all for Olympic flag football, co-ed Olympic flag football, shirtless, shirts versus skins. No, Wilbur. No. Navy Devil says ribbon dancing was a real sport in old school. Oh, the movie. I haven't seen that in so long. I don't remember that part. But it probably involves Will Ferrell dancing around with a ribbon, if I'm not mistaken. Ookla, the mock, says, what is your problem with these church people? You seem to be hurting them a lot. I was young. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, the 4-letter network has the flag football championships from Florida every year. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I'm saying we're going to see that. Let's see that in the Olympics. You know what I mean? I'm not going out of my way for just a bunch of knuckleheads playing flag football. I want to see my country dominate the rest of the world in flag football. I want to see the rest of the world get excited about flag football and have fun with it. That I'm just saying that would be fun. Kyle G says flag football is for women and bums.
Wow.
I'm sure women love that you've put them in that category, but I'll play. He says, when adults used to make us play it, we would tie the flags to the belt so you had to tackle. Because even as a 12-year-old, we were men. We played tackle in the parking lot. We didn't get hurt. Sure. Well, okay, we got hurt. But sure, nothing paper towels and duct tape couldn't fix. Right. There's a lot to unpack there, Kyle G. Yes, I think Randy and I come from an age where we're not going to lie to you. We may have tied a flag or two to ourselves. But, there's something to be said for just the fun of this, Kyle G. It doesn't threaten our manlyhood that a bunch of people are out there. Hold on. I got to do something else here. Chris the Cook, no, barrel jumping's not a sport.
Barrel jumping?
Well, it is for the horse. Is that what he's talking about? It's like horses.
No, wait a minute. Isn't there like a Winter Olympic sport where the speed skaters, they get a good long run? Like we used to do with our bikes.
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey, you put everybody's trash can out there. How many can you clear before you wipe out?
Oh,
I think they do that with the speed skaters.
I don't know if we ever determined that one, if it was a sport or not.
Now the horses, they don't jump barrels. They jump the
timeout.
fences.
Anything involving horses it's not a sport. It's only a sport for the horse, and the horse can't decide to do it by himself. So I disqualify that. But back to the barrel jumping. If it's a dude on skates,
that seems like skates.
It's more of an event. It's not even a sport.
So here's what
stunt.
Just what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's sort of a stunt.
You've got the barrels, and then as you jump and clear, okay, we've all cleared 3 barrels, but you didn't do it. We had a 4th one, and then we had a 5th one.
till everybody wipes out. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I'm the one I'm watching. They're all the way up at 14, and some guy cleared 14. And the thing is, there's no graceful way to land, so you're still just falling on your ass and sliding into the crowd.
You touch the barrels, and you're wiping out with razor sharp skates attached to your feet. Yeah.
How can we make it a sport? Can we make it a sport? I don't know if it's a sport.
Well, there's no judging. It's not about how good you do it.
There's a winner, defined winner. What if
there is a defined winner? Yeah, the longest.
What if everybody jumps 14, but nobody can clear 15, and now it's just you're stuck. You end up with a tie. How do you?
I don't know all the rules. I'm literally just figuring this out while watching video of it on the go here. I don't know how you'd figure out a tie.
My first thought, Kiss the Cook, is no. This is not a sport. But I appreciate it. Sounds fun. I'm going to go watch some video of it, and if we can find a way to determine it a sport, we will make it a sport. But I can't say for sure yet. Navy Devil says I played tackle in the street. Yeah, I've done that. We've done that.
I think we all have. Yeah,
sure. But that doesn't mean it can't be fun to watch flag football, and it doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun to see it in an Olympic sport. It's the only thing all the other countries can handle with us, and we may as well dominate that. Fed Fan says, I'm a chick, and I played tackle football when I was in grade school. I played with the boys because not many girls want to get tackled or ever get dirty. Nothing like going home with mud and blood on your clothes and trying to explain it to your mom. Well, I imagine she understood after a short amount of time, Fed Fan. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Them's was the days. But, for this, we can't bloody up all of the world if we want to get them involved. I think this is a nice way of doing it. It's a nice way of doing it. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I have a question for Blender Nation. Did anybody see the American pole vaulter in the Diamond League Track and Field Championship? They were from Stockholm, Sweden. First person ever to clear 20 feet in pole vault.
Nope. No, I can't say that I did. No.
Kind of brought the show to a halt right there.
Yeah.
Because, let me check my sheet here and see if pole vaulting is a sport.
I don't think it is.
We haven't considered that one, I don't think. I don't see it on my list.
Well, you run with a long pole. And then you have to clear a height.
Well, it's the same thing as
sort of like barrel jumping.
Yeah.
And then at some point, somebody can't clear it, and another person can, and that's your winner.
What do you think, Ken? Sport or not a sport?
I think it's a sport, just inside of the sport area.
Can you reduce it to athletic competition?
Yeah, I think it's more of an athletic competition.
I guess the things that I tend to think of as athletic competitions are things that are athletic, but the winner's not defined. There is a defined
winner.
You're
right. Yeah, there is a defined winner here. We are considering at this moment pole vaulting and barrel jumping as official sports. This would be an amendment to the Daily Blender determination. So we're going to need to take our time with this. We have to be thoughtful about this. But for some reason, these have not come across our desk in the past. So Boomer Sooner says, crap, Jeffrey, you try to pole vault 20 feet in the freaking air. Dude, I was riding a quad once and I hit a metal box. I went 20 feet in the air. I ain't kidding. I came down and I rolled and went like this so my friends would laugh. And then I fell down going, True story.
I could see why. Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, growing up, the two coolest girls in our neighborhood were Teresa and Lisa. Teresa got her tooth knocked out playing football, and Teresa broke her shoulder playing tackle. Everybody still wanted to play. No problem. Yeah, we get it. There's tough girls. A lot of people played football in the streets. I don't know why we're having this portion of the conversation. I'm just saying flag football is a good idea for the Olympics. Better than some of the stupid bleep they're putting in there now. All right. That's all I'm saying. Listen, we got to take a break. We come back. We've got On This Date and Big Georgia sports history and other things here on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Baker Mayfield heading to the Carolina Panthers did not do much
for their Super Bowl odds for next year. They are still paying out at plus at 10,000 to win it all. The only teams with worse odds than the Panthers going into next season: Jaguars, Seahawks, Jets, Falcons, and also the Houston Texans. The Buffalo Bills do remain the championship favorites in the NFL next year. They pay out at plus 650. They are followed by the Buccaneers at plus 750, the Chiefs at plus 950, and then the Rams paying out at plus 1,100. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30, 50, 70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay with Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Word on the street is the Coyotes have traded up to pick 11, and they took, and I'm not making this up, Connor Geekie.
Yeah.
His name is Geekie.
Yep.
Geekie. A proud family name. Connor Geekie.
It is a proud family name. Apparently his brother plays for the team in the Northwest that shall not be mentioned because they're currently being sued.
Yeah, wouldn't you think at some point you look at your name and you're like, we could be Smith.
I'll change that.
Just, yeah, anything. But whatever the case, they thought Connor Geekie was important and good enough to trade up for. So with a name like that, you better be good. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, Ricky Fowler married a pole vaulter. He definitely outkicked his coverage on that one. I had no idea. I think we're leaning towards pole vaulting and barrel jumping as being sports. I think we're leaning towards that, unless somebody can make an argument against it. Keon's right. It does seem to check the boxes. It's not not something that somebody scores you on. You actually have to achieve a thing. You have to be better than everybody else, or break a record or whatever. I do want to know how ties are taken. I mean, pole vaulting, I think there's just a height thing, and I don't know. I don't think there's ties there. But how do they handle a tie if one occurs in pole vaulting or barrel jumping? I would like that information. So it doesn't have to be the day, but at some point before I make a final certified determination for our daily blender, it is a sport, it is not a sport. I want those answers. And I want I want a guy not named me to be the one that finds out.
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
Okay, thank you. 888-368-1580. So before we do anything else and before any silliness gets out of control, I do want to go ahead and mention something that is good. And that is now, and listen, I don't care what the motivation is. The motivation is probably not so good. The motivation is probably PR. The motivation is, our organization's being accused of sexual harassment and other hanky-panky. So maybe if we do this, it'll look better. I don't care that that's what it is that maybe got us here. What I care is that if you know anything about Sandra Douglas Morgan, she is qualified, credible, and ready to do a great job for the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders will name Sandra Douglas Morgan its new president, making her the first Black woman to be named a team president in the NFL. Whatever weird stuff has been going on in that organization, don't let that overshadow that she is qualified and she is good at what she does. And this is another good moment for women in sports.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out great for her. If I'm her, though, I mean, wouldn't you be a little hesitant about taking a job in that organization?
Are you kidding me? She's recording everything.
You think so?
She's probably got these little body camera on, or the glasses. Because if there's a history in there, well, you just wait long enough, you're going to make even more money later, and you can punish these sons of bitches if they haven't cleaned up their act. Or congratulations, you've got a great job. Now do a great job.
I mean, either way, congratulations to her, and I hope that she has nothing but success.
So, but here is what she says about that. She says, "Let me be clear. I'm not here to avoid or sidestep problems or concerns that need to be addressed. I've given long and thoughtful consideration to joining, and I've done so because I believe in the promise of the Raiders. Most importantly, I believe our core values of integrity, community, commitment. I expect, to embody those and hold me accountable doing the same." So she's ready to go, and it's all about the job for her, and that's the way it should be. So I say congratulations and good move. The glass ceilings are breaking left and right, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, you appreciate to see something like that. And again, it's about making sure that everybody involved has a good chance if they're qualified. If they're qualified, they should be able to do the job, and it shouldn't matter who you are.
And like I said, she's probably, I don't know if she's married, but if she's having the conversation, she's like, "No, honey, trust me, it'll be okay. If they mess with me, we're rich. If they don't, we're rich. Either way, I win." Brilliant.
Yeah.
Blissful Hayes says Chucky's gone, so she'll be all right. Yeah, that would have probably made his he would have blown his top there. There's too much there.
I mean, just based on what he said already, there was a whole lot less for him to
wait. Black and woman?
Wow.
He'd open up his laptop and start typing to Bruce Allen right away. "Hey, you'll never believe this."
It'd be too much. I don't think he'd probably stroke out before he got to the laptop. He was like,
By the way, the tie, I couldn't really find it for barrel jumping. I'm going to assume it's similar to the pole vaulting thing, though. Ties and pole vaulting. If you got two people that clear the same one, if you just go up again until, if somebody can't make it, or if they both can't make it, then you go back down. And then you keep doing that, going back up and back down until somebody screws up.
Kiss the Cook. I don't believe she's the first woman to be hired as a president. She is the first Black woman, and that's why her color was mentioned. It's relevant in that.
In a league that struggles to hire black coaches.
Yeah.
A black woman being president of an organization.
Take the win.
It does matter a little bit.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1948, on his 42nd birthday, African-American player Satchel Paige signed a midseason contract to pitch for the Cleveland Indians. Though viewed by many at the time as another publicity stunt by eccentric team owner Bill Veeck, the crafty right-hander proved to be an amazing midseason signing as Paige finished the season 6-1 and led the Indians to their most recent World Series championship in 1948. Back to me, Jeff.
How about that, Satchel Paige?
Yeah, there was it's like, oh, well, you just getting this black fella in there because, remember, this is 48. So that was, here's the publicity. Oh, God, he's good. Well, now what are we going to do? So, yeah, he was fighting racism throughout his entire career. Satchel Paige, the oldest rookie to appear in Major League Baseball when he debuted at the age of 42. Why? Racism. After he retired in 65, at the age of 59, he was a pitching coach for the Braves, and then he got in the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1971. Rightfully so. Why have they made a movie about him yet? And I just haven't seen it. Yeah,
I think so.
Have they made a good movie about him yet? You know what I mean?
I don't know if it was any good. I don't know if I remember it. But,
I'd watch that movie because it's an amazing. Every time I read anything about Satchel Paige, I'm just like,
no, Satchel Paige was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did a project when I was in elementary school on Satchel Paige, and the guy, before he even played, Major League Baseball, obviously was playing in the Negro leagues for damn near 20 years before he made his Major League Baseball debut. And that's when most people, your prime is over. Right. And he was just dominating, just showed up, and then had a little retirement, and then came back 8 years after that and played some more baseball at 58.
Who would he have been had they let him in when they were supposed to?
Yeah, when he was 20?
Right.
Yeah. Who knows?
God. There needs to be a movie if there isn't one already. And if there is one, somebody please let me know, because by God, I wouldn't mind watching that. 888-368-1580. Usually we do the Wheel of Sports, but I thought it might be fun. I'm going to shout out some trivia, you guys, real fast. Because here's what happens. Every day as I get ready for the show, somewhere I find a factoid, a little something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I never use it on the show, but I'm like, okay, that's kind of nifty. And so I thought I could turn these little factoids I have found into little trivia questions to see if you guys can answer them or not.
Okay.
Just something for fun.
All right.
Okay. Who were the Green Bay Packers named for?
The Meat Packers.
Keon?
Yeah, they're the Meat Packers.
Nope, the Indian Packing Company.
Really?
Yeah.
I always heard Meat Packing.
Yeah, the Indian Packing Company gave them $500 for uniforms and equipment when the franchise was started in 1919.
But they were Meat Packers, right?
I thought they were fudge packers. I wasn't sure that. I thought maybe they were chocolate or some sort of confections. Could have been something like that, but I don't know. I don't think they were packing Indians, if that's what you're implying.
No, I think they were Meat Packing Company.
Well, could be. So maybe you're right. Maybe you guys get that right. If you look up what the Indian Packing Company did and they packed meat.
All right.
Well, then you win.
All right.
All right. So here's a two-parter. What year did the Olympic torch relay start in the Olympics?
1939.
Keon?
Boy, how about 1940?
Okay, it was supposed to be, when we do these things, Keon, it's Price is Right rules, closest without going over wins, and you're both over, but Randy, you were close, 1936. Okay? And who invented the Olympic torch relay?
Satchel Paige.
When I give you the answer, you're going to be like, wow, I wasn't even close. Keon?
I mean, I wouldn't know who.
The Nazis.
What?
Yeah, in 1936, they had the Summer Olympics in Berlin, Germany, and the Olympic torch relay thing was started by the Nazis.
Oh, boy.
I can't believe we still do it today.
Yeah, why did we think that was...
Why are we doing this?
Why do we keep this tradition?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I always thought it was based on that little Greek fella running,
yeah, that was
marathon
the story that you always hear.
Now, every time we see the torch thing, you're going to be like,
Take that thing
Friggin'
down.
Nazis.
Nah.
Lord. Well,
just ruined the Olympics for everybody, didn't
Yep.
it?
that is correct.
That's true.
It's all you're going to think of now.
Just so we're clear that this was not friendly trivia. This was to walk us to this exact moment where we all had the Olympics ruined for us.
Wow.
Well, it wasn't my intention, but
Thanks a lot, Jeffrey.
It was the next piece of paper on the pile.
Thanks a
That's
lot,
all.
Jeffrey.
Ooh.
Ruin it for me.
I didn't do it.
We just
Didn't do
kept
it.
going progressively with these Olympic questions, and then we ended with this one.
Okay, end with this. Thunder Snow says, "Don't look back." The story of Leroy Satchel Paige, 1981. So
Wow.
maybe we can find that and watch it. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Daily Blender, 1580, The Fanatic.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective